You know, sometimes, boys, you just like thrown into the lurch. You never know what the cold open's gonna be, and then Zach, the Oxman, is like, "Hey, I want to hear what you have going on in your life." And for me, I'm going to Vegas this week, so I'm excited to
Say
see
it right.
how it's, Vegas,
Vegas.
Vegas, Vegas, Vegas. I don't know how you
FIFA
say
Las Vegas.
it, but I am excited because I desperately need some time off work. I like work has been crazy since this year has started. I'm not going for much more than just to spend a little money, have some fun, have a couple drinks, try to forget about life entirely. But I don't know of any collectible shops that are out that way. So if anybody in the chat's watching, either live or replay, let me know if you guys know any. But is that like a weird thing whenever I go on vacation? I'm like, what's the collectible store I can check out as well? San Antonio, Zach was able to bring us to a couple, but I haven't had a chance to do much exploring in the States. So, do you guys have any suggestions for out that way?
I
Just to
know
answer your
two
question
in
though, it's not
Vegas.
weird because especially a place like Vegas where, it's just such a consumer capital of the world, you would assume there's got to be some
Mhm.
good collectible shops. So last time I was there, I was looking some up, but I never actually made it to any. So yeah, let me know if you hear of any good
I
leads.
want to show you guys something too. Give me one second. Check
How
this
about
out.
you, Eddie?
Okay.
Have you gone collectible shopping in Vegas before?
Not, I haven't searched them out, but I've found some.
Vegas.
Check this out. So
Equal
I
gets it.
showed you guys this last or a couple of years ago, but this is what I did bring back from Vegas last time I was there. It's
It's
made of
cursed, bro.
like nails. It's cursed. It's
Tetanus?
like bolts and shit. It's super cool.
The
Really
spark
freaking heavy
plug
because
on
it's
the
all old
shoulder.
metal. Yeah, yeah, you got it exactly. So yeah, very very cool. But they let me put this on my carry-on in the plane. I was kind of worried they were gonna make
Wow.
me check my bag, and they just
That's a
scanned it
weapon.
right through.
They
Like
said
this
he's
thing.
white.
Crazy.
You could
He's white.
literally
Let him
like
let him through.
yeah,
going
you
to
could,
They
Canada.
let you carry that on the plane? That's
yeah,
surprising.
yeah.
That's a
Only that
fucking weapon.
that
I
can't
can't.
bring a tube of
toothpaste, and Ben's bringing a fucking mini axe. It's
That's right.
Also,
crazy.
he
They
can't-
let
Thing is,
him just in case any of
Jamaican
us act
predator.
up. He can.
yeah, I mean he's cheeked up even. Look at that. I hate
Wow.
to see
They're
it.
like, oh,
Yeah,
he's Canadian.
good enough. Yeah, cheeked up.
Also,
It's,
you can't
it's
find
legit heavy.
you can't find room for blade in your collection, but you can find room for some piece of shit scrap metal
This is
predator.
$300. This is
Oh,
$300.
Oh my
You got ripped off, bro.
God.
It's just
I
getting
know.
ripped off.
It's not
You could
getting
have just given me
not helping
$300.
myself. Yeah, you
Wow.
can wrap some screws together and call it an alien. Love to see it. So, but anyways, yeah. So if you guys
That
know of
was
any place,
horribly racist.
I'd appreciate
There's
it.
two there's two shops that I know of, but they're not. I don't think they have Hot Toys. One of them's Brad's Toys, and it's in the mall out there. But they have a lot of Funko Pops. I
Oh.
don't know what else they have. And then there's another one that's in Old Town, or what do they call it, downtown Vegas or whatever, where like
Yeah.
the zip lines is and stuff.
Oh yeah.
There's a
Old
shop
Vegas.
around the corner from Heart Attack Grill. And it has like the old stuff. Like they have a mix of everything. There's some Hot Toys in there, but then they
Okay.
have like Hot Wheels, like just old
Cool.
random stuff that you won't see anywhere. So it's cool to go look at it, but
Yeah.
like they don't have like new stuff. So if you're looking for something new, you might find a cool deal on like something random. Like I got McFarlane Halo toys when I was there that I've never seen anywhere. So, and
Cool.
it's like one of those barter shops that not a lot of those exist. I feel like anymore, where you can go in there and say, "Hey, I'll give you $10 for this or whatever," you know. But
100%.
yeah,
There was a place that was a movie props store there
Yeah.
that I did find.
it's right next to
Uh,
that.
Is it next to? Okay, so you know what? Actually, then I was there. I was there because they had a Bane 1.0 in as their only hot toy at the time.
Yeah.
So I do exactly remember exactly that store. But even the movie prop store is really cool. They had
Yeah,
like a
that's cool.
Jeep from Jurassic Park out front, like a bunch of stuff inside, which was really really cool. So yeah, we'll figure it out.
Dude,
But
You should go to the Pawn Stars store and try and sell like a
The Jamaican
CW
Predator.
shirt and be like,
I
"This
should
is
try and
like
sell this and
the
see how much I can get for it.
Yeah, take it back, dude. That thing is cursed, dude. I feel like you brought that into your home, and
My
it's,
entire
you know,
life collapsed.
Yeah,
after I brought
that
this
might have been
home.
why.
You know,
It's like it's like in the
Jeez.
corner with the Jumanji fucking drums. You know, it's like
Jesus.
I think it's cursed, bro.
Yeah, even Arnold knew it was bad news when he stumbled into the jungle.
Wow.
He was like,
You're
this
not
thing is
wrong.
bad news.
You're not wrong. I did put myself on a guest list though with Tariff for a a nightclub. I've never been to a Vegas nightclub before. I was able to get on the guest list, so I don't have to pay cover.
Bring your
which is
members
cool.
only jacket.
And T-Pain is featured, so he's the only act I even recognize.
Drink,
so we're gonna
get drunk
see
before you
some
get there.
T-Pain.
I told the T-Pain drunk this
100%.
weekend.
I've heard it's like $60
Yeah,
per
we
drink
went
or
to,
something. So
We went out drinking for Adriana's friend's birthday. We went to Vegas and we went to a nightclub that was like one of those rooftop ones. And they didn't have T-Pain. They had DJ Pauly D from Jersey Shore.
From Jersey Shore?
Dude,
wow.
people were lit, man. That was the most packed nightclub I've ever been in, dude. But the drinks, we got 4 drinks. It was like $120 for 4 like vodka sodas, dude.
that's
It was crazy. I was like,
Damn,
this is
that's a lot of
insane.
money.
Vegas is just
That seems
so
expensive.
I
We have a
need
good
another one
Vegas
of these
story,
things to
but
go with
this
it.
is a CW Plus story for sure. So sorry, Ben, I cut you off.
Ben, are you going
Wow.
to get a hooker?
No, you got no.
I was with Adriana. How was I gonna get a hooker?
No, Ben.
Oh, he's not alone either.
I don't know. I don't need I don't need
It's a
one.
third wheel
I don't
mace
need
at a
one.
tricycle.
Yeah.
Wow.
You
Gonna
know,
have to
I
go
might,
around?
I might take some of the cards from those ladies on the street just to see how it goes.
Wow.
See if I can collect some cards. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So
Ask
You
for
can
flip
do the
pictures.
wobbly H.
yeah.
There you go. C in the V. Mike L. What a handsome panel. $2 super chat. Appreciate you, Mike. I think we've where's my button here? Let's get into this.
Are you an angel?
What?
An angel. I heard the deep space pilots talk about them. They're the most beautiful creatures in the universe.
Hello there. We are tonight's entertainment.
We would be honored if you would join us.
He's got a billion toys.
You brought in the doll collection. These are not dolls, Jim. These are commodities. Same as gold or oil.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
You are now listening to the Collecting Weekly podcast.
This is the true form of lore gang right here. Very nice. YouTube.com/collectingweekly. Thank you very much. That's very cool. Big.
Hey guys, my name is Zach.
I'm Dean.
I'm Ben.
I'm Marco.
I'm
I
Eddie.
don't remember. I got it mixed
I'm
up. It's been a while.
Me too, bro. I paused.
I was like, wait.
Don't freeze.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ. Welcome to this week's episode of Collecting Weekly. It's a weekly podcast where my friends and I talk about the things that matter the most to us this week in collecting.
That's right. We want to thank you guys watching, whether you're in the YouTube studio audience. We love you and appreciate you. Or if you're catching us on the replay, wherever you're catching us, thank you. We also love and appreciate you.
I am very ill today. Don't know what I've got going on, but I will be off camera today because I am down bad right now. Look at this. Marco, the 6-scale scoundrel, gifted 5 Collecting Weekly memberships. What a guy. What
Wow.
a guy. Wow. Round of applause for
that.
Marco.
I don't even have
see.
$5.
Oh,
I just want to
God.
say, like, I'm proud of Ben. I'm proud of you guys. You guys are like really
Wow.
tearing it up with the channel growth.
Thanks, bro.
And so, I don't support often enough beyond just giving my free time, like every
ever.
Tuesday. But yeah, just
Very
excited
very
to see
backhanded.
every Tuesday. That's right.
Well, very backhanded.
Not every Tuesday, but
Congrats
no,
to
just-
Universal Key, Hodor, Benjamin,
Some
Jazzy,
Tuesdays.
Clinton Martin for the gifted memberships for Marco.
I just know you're putting a big emphasis on the channel memberships and definitely want to see more folks take advantage of all the cool badges and the emojis. I know you got some cool emojis planned too.
Yeah, drop some cool emojis if you're a new channel member. Appreciate that, Marco. Yeah, we've fully revamped everything. We'll talk about that in just a second. I do have some slides for that. But Dean, before we get into it, we have a very special segment we start off all of our best shows with.
Yeah, you guys ready?
Yes.
It's new this week.
Is it just oddly slow on my end, or is it Dean that's Dean
No,
that's slow?
Dean's lagging, I think.
Dean's
I don't know.
yesterday.
Yeah, Dean, you're like a full 30 seconds
I
behind,
paused
think, buddy.
because I thought you were doing a bit, and so I wanted to do a bit. I take it this isn't a bit.
No,
Anyways,
I
what you gonna
think
do this
that-
week?
I still got-
Scott.
Yeah.
This is awkward.
Yeah. What did you get new this week? Yeah, this is the best show I've ever had.
How do I
Everyone
take back
keeps
channel
talking over me. I
memberships?
don't know if I'm still frozen or not.
You're still obviously you're still frozen. Anyways, Marco, what did you get new this week?
Yeah, so I got this Supergirl from the Flash film, and this is definitely one. Obviously, there's a lot of controversy when it was announced. I think it even made IGN, right? And so I always saw the potential in this figure, and I will say in hand, like it's really one of the more beautiful figures that I've unboxed recently. Like the sculpt, I think was really nice. The suit material is awesome. Wired cape. I threw her on the Luke snow speeder base as well. So I know it's not exactly scene accurate, but kind of gave the vibe that I was looking for. So yeah, really happy to have it. And I think it's just a really, it came together as a really nice figure.
Hell yeah, much better pose than initially shown. I like the 2.0.
It was a work in progress.
Looked like she had that Ben Thomas or something. She was all bow-legged.
My feet.
I'll be honest.
I've
kind of phoned it in today. Did anyone else have a new this week that I missed? Because I double checked, but I didn't think I saw one. No, okay.
No, I think so. Nothing here.
I thought I would. I've got Captain Picard on the way. He should be here probably tomorrow from Exo 6. And my John Wick apparently is hitting the shelves at Sideshow here within the next couple days, I guess. So hopefully I'll have it by next week. So we'll see.
We'll see if we can get Dean back, but I got the Jazz Inc. Dioramas weathered Batmobile. Really cool vehicle. I own the Hot Wheels 1/10 scale, and in the unboxing I was like, obviously it's going to be twice the size, but it's like when you really see like what that is physically, it's kind of daunting. I had assumed that I was going to be able to put this and a tumbler on the same shelf. I don't think that's going to be possible. But yeah, this was a really cool vehicle. Really impressed with the lights and sounds actually, and the smoke effect. It's hard to like. I kind of felt like maybe the smoke thing was going to be a little gimmicky, but in person, it's actually quite impressive. It's a lot stronger of a motor than the Hot Wheels. I have a Justice League 1/10 scale also from Hot Wheels, and it has that kind of like a similar smoke thing. But that one's real dainty, and I figured these would be about that. But no, it actually puts out a ton of smoke. It's really impressive. And, the lights, I've kind of felt bad because it's so big when we were unboxing it. I didn't realize the headlights lit up as well. And so, yeah, it's really impressive in person. And yeah, definitely loving it. I haven't had a chance to put the Batman in the Batmobile. I'm actually kind of scared to do it. Not because I don't think it'll fit, but I don't want to break anything, and I feel like I'm very clumsy at that. So I think for now
I didn't even know you had this Batman, by the way. I don't remember you ever picking
Yeah, I
this
got it.
Batman out.
I got it from Patrick Six Guns Figs.
Okay.
God, probably like August last year. I've had it for a while actually.
Wild. Yeah, I forgot about that entirely.
Yeah, it's a cool figure. I don't have any, like I mentioned in the unboxing, like mine is just the stock cape, stock I guess it's the collar piece.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's pretty solid, honestly. Like, I know that I could probably spend, $100 buying the different additional parts. And then with mine, obviously I saved a little bit of money getting the I printed my own of the sticky bomb gun. But yeah, it's a pretty cool set. I did I'm not gonna turn my camera on because I look and feel like shit right now, but if you look at the picture behind the Batmobile, everything that's in the second shelf here was moved down one, and then the Batmobile is taking up this whole second shelf. So I'll probably be doing I was talking to Brenton and I was telling him, I was like, dude, I really want to do a collection tour, but I always feel like, I don't know if you guys have this feeling, but it's like, oh, I'll wait till next week. Like I'll have something really cool next week, or I'm going to wait till
work in progress.
Then, yeah, it's like at some point you just got to do it. Cause I've been telling myself next week for like 4 months. And I think with the unboxing, it was the first time that I've shot like a long form content in front of basically the majority of the collection. So a lot of people were messaging me and saying like, holy shit, the room has turned out really well. So yeah, it's a cool
bean back there looked pretty sweet. Speaking
Speaking of which, I have a gift for you, my friend. I'm working on
That's
repaying
awesome,
the
actually.
favor. Oh, Dean's back.
Oh my gosh.
I
Can
guess
you not
that,
bring yourself back in, Dean?
that DX19 got bought to the bottom shelf, man. You hate to see it.
No.
I feel bad that you're back.
Wow.
Now. Oh, okay. You can't do that. Okay.
Dean,
well, welcome back. To the
sorry,
panel, Dean.
Zach. I will say, very, very entertaining unboxing. By the way, super entertaining. I was a little smoked out. And I was cross stitching and I was watching, as I should be. And I didn't realize that there was anybody else in the room with you. So I was like watching you silently like unbox, and then all of a sudden Philip's voice came in on the camera.
Sweet
Dude,
angel.
it tripped me out. I thought there was another dude in the room in my apartment though. I didn't realize it came. Oh man, it tripped me right out.
Jesus.
So, and then he talked more after that. But for the first like I want to say I don't know 3 minutes of the video, you're just unboxing, and you're the only one talking, and then suddenly his voice just pops in. Which
So-
tripped me out.
When he had came to my house a few weeks ago, and I told him that I had secured one, and I was like, yeah, dude, like I know Victoria's really not gonna want to film it, and if I film it myself, it's gonna be a mess. And I was like, would you want to come over and unbox it with me? And he's like, yeah, dude, like I'm on the wait list, like I would love to see it in person. What's crazy?
You didn't even ask me, bro.
Well, because you don't like Batman.
Didn't even ask.
You don't like Batman. And then you always
What are
complain
you
that you have to
talking
drive. You don't even like. Do you like Batman? You would have liked to have unboxed this with me.
Bro, fucking jazzing Batmobile, the fucking my favorite Batmobile. Yeah, I would have.
Your
TBH, I
favorite.
would've.
Dean, I'm on
Okay,
your side
hang
this
on.
time, bro.
Hang on, you
I
know
feel
what?
Slided for both of us.
I'm
You know what?
sliding
Hang on.
now.
Wait, hang on 1 second. Just give me one moment, please. One, please. Just hang on. Sorry.
We had
A man can only admit when he was wrong and ask forgiveness.
such
In
a
my-
good week there too.
And I had just seen you, so I like and to be fair,
He'd had enough.
in my defense, well, hang on. In my defense, because I know that you had driven all the way basically by my house for the swap meet. But in my defense
Yeah.
as well, I did mention I had it coming, and you didn't say anything, so I didn't know.
Dean, I'm still surprised he sold the Sonic figure that you got him for his birthday. To be honest,
That's what I'm
surprised you still
saying.
wanna talk to
He
him,
tried to
you know?
sell that damn thing. I ain't
That's
never
not
get
what
him nothing ever.
happened.
I ain't never get. I put a crease. I had a little UV marker on there. I checked. It was the same exact one.
No, how dare you.
Yeah. Hate to see it. But anyways, yeah. Thank you to everyone that watched last night. I feel like I felt great yesterday, by the way, because I did the unboxing yesterday, and like 3 a.m. I felt like death. I don't know what happened, but I was rushing, and like I could have had it up by 9. But then my phone started freaking out. It like literally wouldn't upload the video to YouTube. It kept crashing and saying like there was an error. And I was like, dude, what is happening to this fucking phone? And I was like, dude, I don't even know if I can use this video. Like it started glitching out, but thankfully it did. It took me like, honestly, like 8 minutes to get the styrofoam out of the art box. And I cut all that out of the unboxing, but maybe that'll be a members exclusive video at some point or a Patreon exclusive because it was kind of silly. But yeah, it's a cool vehicle. Dean, you're welcome to come anytime and take a look at it. It's
Yeah,
like
badass,
and the
dude. I watched
speaker's
that
fucking
unboxing.
loud, dude.
Dude, I was
It
like,
is
fuck, I want to hear that in person so bad.
Dude, honestly, like, because the only other thing even remotely like this that I've ever had, remember, Dean, there was the I think there was an R2 with like a sound function, or there was some Hot Toys way back when that had a sound function. Maybe was it the Darth Vader, the first one?
Function.
I don't know what I'm thinking of, but it was really dainty and it sucked.
Yeah,
and it
probably
was
the
awful.
Darth Vader.
Dude, this thing is fucking loud, dude. It sounds amazing.
What
yeah, you're
about
welcome
compared to like the Falcon? It sounded way louder than the Falcon.
So I've never seen the Jazzing Falcon in person.
No, your Legacy Falcon.
Oh yeah, it's much louder. It's much louder for sure. Yeah. Although for a toy that's like pretty old, the Falcon's not anything to sneeze at. But this is like,
Yeah.
like I don't know what the fuck. I guess speakers have just gotten really good because, there's not really a lot of space to put a speaker in there.
Yeah, I'm
But,
assuming it's somewhere in the front engine bay.
I'm not sure, dude, but it's
I don't know.
fucking sweet. I'm excited for you to come check it out. But yeah, it's a cool little vehicle. But let's get into the show again. Actually, let's say how do we got in the chat. We got Aries, Trevor, King Dingling, Mike, JB, Equan, Universal Key, Sam Gist, Draw the Line. Saw the 22 Batmobile video earlier today. Wish I could have picked that thing up. SpongeBob, Squareball, excuse me, Mike L. Ermac, always cool to wake up and see an unexpected character get revealed by Hot Toys. I assume you're talking about last night, unless something happened between when I left work
Agent
and now.
Venom for sure.
Asian Venom, Sam Gist, Hodor, wow, Jesus Christ, Draw the Line. I'm very, very out of it today, boys. I'm sorry. Feel the Burn, Sean Forrester, Pedro Lopez. What's up, guys? Let's see. We have CW Plus after the main show. If you're a Patreon, we'll be doing our extremely premature picks for SummerCon exclusives. We also are going to talk the last week of CW History Month. Stay tuned for that. And if you're in the chat, you might see some new icons and emojis. I've been really inspired by some of the work that by Marco, that Ben and Joey and a bunch of other great channels are doing. And Dean and I spent an evening and really kind of put the pedal to the metal to revamp the emojis and the icons. And so you'll be seeing different icons in the chat throughout and new emojis. So if you're a member, be sure to click some of those. Let us know what you think. And if you want to become a member, there's a pinned link there in the comments to join the channel membership. We appreciate all your support. Tonight, as always, Ben, we're playing Did They Cause Baby, the show where we ask, did they cause baby? We'll get to that in a second.
This is that 20% of the time where they don't. You hate to see it. Just putting it out there.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it might happen a little more than 20%, but we have Agent Venom by Hot Toys.
Say it right.
Asian Venom by Hot Toys. This one's $280, and I gotta say, it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. I think Asian Venom is one of those characters that you see getting a lot of love. Amazing Yamaguchi, Marvel Legends. I think it's great to finally see a Hot Toys representation of the character. I think it's done pretty well. I'll be honest, I don't know everything about this character in the Spider-Verse, but this is based on at least at minimum the Marvel Legends style. So I don't know if this is the most common appearance form, but I think it looks great.
Yeah.
I don't know how articulated it would be IRL, but I think it looks pretty good. And, I like my spider characters. I don't know, Sean. I think it's up for interpretation. There's good people on both sides, But, Dean, what do you think about Asian Venom?
I actually really like this. I only have one critique. His head and neck seem really, scrawny compared to the rest of his body. He's pretty jacked, and then his neck and head is like a little thumbtack. What the heck? What's going on with this guy? But other than that, I feel like you could look past that relatively easily depending on how you pose it. Okay, let's get him, man.
Sam,
But
I'm
anyway,
not racist at all. I think it was just a joke because I'm sick, and I think it may have sounded like I said Asian at first, but
yeah.
I'm the I want to be very clear. I'm the least racist person you'll ever meet, Sam.
Well,
that's what they all say.
He comes with enough, right? There's multiple guns, a bunch of different little tendrils, a sword arm.
Equan says we're good though. We're good boys.
6 hands, or I guess 7 or 8 hands because 2 are on the body. Did we get a price point yet, or they just announced it?
$280. I can get a release date if you give me one.
Okay,
second.
$280. That's about what we're seeing. There's no portrait for likeness rights or whatever. So $280 is pretty much kind of standard that we're seeing now. So it's kind of inoffensive in that regard, but I like it overall. I think it's great.
Hell yeah. I didn't even know this came out or was announced until literally 5 minutes before the show. I was so busy with work today, and was up late last night, but just not on Facebook at all. I did not even see this until minutes before we jumped on live. So this is pretty fresh reaction for me. I think this is freaking awesome. I really enjoy I mean, a bunch of the older like Secret Avengers comics. They were some really great ones when I was a kid. I thought Agent Venom was an absolute badass. Talk about like a great use of the tendrils, being able to hold the different guns and weaponry. Like that is a really nice display, and price point, relatively accessible for the most part. I think in terms of the comic line, it still just continues to build hype for all of the other things that we could then potentially see down the line, right? Like, it feels a little limitless in that sense. I mean, Agent Venom is a predictable choice only because he's a great character and because people love Venom. They also like different representations of the symbiote style of black and white suits and stuff. But to be able to put this in your display amongst maybe that, comic Venom that's coming at some point, or, the symbiote suits, different variants that we have either from the game or Hono brand, all of those things together, could be a really cool looking display. So for me, this is one that I didn't realize I wanted until I saw it on the screen and was like, damn, like I could find a place for that. In fact, I would almost consider swapping out my Tom Hardy Venom at some point for an Agent Venom.
Wow.
Just because I do have a lot of the comics though with this guy up on the cover. I've always loved them, and he's a smaller scale figure in the sense of like he's a standard body size. Whereas, the Tom Hardy Venom there, like I'm looking at him, I've always just been annoyed by his arm seams and everything. So he's taking up a square. I might sell that one off and buy this one as a result. It's probably all the money I'll get for that Venom, to be honest. No, you're freaking buying like Jazz Inc. vehicles at this point. You're more well off than we realized.
What the hell? You're going to Vegas and I'm sending you a gift? How dare you?
That's fair.
I'm keeping the fucking gift. You know what? I'm keeping it.
He already paid the Bane.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
I didn't do
Are
it for
friends
any
only
reason.
limited to one gift? I'm just messing with
one
you,
gift.
Ben.
That's it. I haven't sent Dean anything for free. Well, no, I guess I sent you a comic book once, but
yeah,
I haven't sent Marco anything for free.
Well, he'll probably sell it at the next toy show, so don't worry about it, Ben.
Yeah,
nobody's ever sent me anything ever.
Mike's working his way up the chain.
I sent you a bunch of orders for CW.
Shout out to Mike's Adventure World though. I do have an order now in with him for a Let's Get Nuts logo. So we'll see if it comes to fruition. I might have to poke him a little bit, but
yeah, we gotta discuss
cool.
the specifics there, Ben. But 100%
comes to fruition.
That's right, fruition. But yeah, this is cool. This is a very much a temptation. Am I willing to kill another pre-order or sell another figure to get it? We will find out. Stay tuned.
Yeah, I don't love this one, honestly. I'm not like a huge comic person, and I'll get into like other figures that I'd like to see on this line because Ben, I think you're right. It's kind of limitless right now if they're going with this character, who I get is not super obscure, but there's definitely other ones that I would have thought that they would have made before this one. But yeah, it looks good. I'm a huge Venom fan, but this to me is just not Venom, right? Like it just doesn't. Venom with a gun, like I'm big into the like what if or the alternative takes on the characters. I didn't love the what if show though, but yeah, this is just not doing it for me necessarily. I'm sure in hand, like pretty much every Hot Toys in hand looks awesome, but something about these pictures just doesn't scream Hot Toys to me necessarily. But that's kind of what's going on with the Hono line and the comic line. They're trying to diversify a bit. I will say, like I haven't read a ton of comics yet, but I've read a few from Donnie Cates, and Cosmic Ghost Rider I think would make the coolest Hot Toys. Like it's just such a cool design. Eddie, you're in agreement, Eddie? I think Cosmic Ghost Rider would go crazy.
One of the only CGC books I have. I love
Oh,
Cosmic
heck
Ghost
yeah.
Rider.
Bro, so if
Ghost
they're
Rider
gonna
fucks,
do
dude.
like these alternative takes, like I think that would make just it would be very toyetic, just a really cool design. So I'd love to get a figure of that. But just make Ghost Rider in general, honestly, at this point. But yeah, that's it for me. I think definitely not a pass, definitely a pass, and definitely not one for me.
Well, just another Friday night. New member, appreciate you signing up, Chuck.
Yeah, for me, this looks really cool. I would have never put this on my wish list for 6 scale. Never would have thought this would be something that they would do. It definitely qualifies for one of those. I don't need it, but it's so cool. I just may find a reason to get it. As read this storyline back in when it started, like 2012 or something like that, and really enjoyed it. The whole Flash Thompson loses the use of his legs, needs the symbiote to kind of regain that and stuff, and the trade-off. So it's really cool. The figure looks great. I love the different tendricles, is that how you say it, that they gave him to be able to hold
testicles.
Yeah, they mix testicles and tendrils there.
Yeah. Sorry, I never know where my mind's at. But yeah, the ones where he's holding the guns are pretty awesome. So I like that a lot. I don't see a lot of articulation with this figure though, especially kind of in the midsection. So it's not going to give you a lot of posing abilities, which is standard with Hot Toys, I suppose. But yeah, I'm glad I'm kind of restraining myself to not just buy all the cool shit, because I would have probably pre-ordered this immediately. So I'm going to wait and see if my hype for it dies down a little bit and see where it goes.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I think it's badass. Like, I don't know enough about Flash Thompson Venom. Like, it just looks really cool. And I have the Marvel Legend. I've always liked the look of the character because it looks like a Punisher Venom or whatever. Like, that's dope. The thing that stands out for this is it looks like there's like some color variation in the armor and maybe on some of the accessories, which is cool. I always like that like cosmic look when it like has the purples and greens and blues like shading in it. That's really cool. But yeah, now that Marco said Cosmic Ghost Rider, I'm like, there is hope actually, because this is a character I wouldn't think Hot Toys would do in a comic line. Is like, I would think, I mean, I guess they did do Venom, the actual Venom from the comics now, so this makes sense, but like, this still seems like an obscure character, so there's a chance, and you can use some of this for that if they did it. So that would be cool, man. You got my hopes up a little bit there, Marco, but I'm not gonna pre-order it. It's a pass for me because I don't have space. But if I found it on a deal or something, I'm tempted to get it. It would be cool. I've always wanted that Punisher, War Machine figure. Every time I see that, I'm like, dude, I kind of want that, dude. So we'll see.
Bro, this figure also gives me a bit of a Spawn vibe. Sorry to interrupt you, Marco, but yeah, like I see a bit of a Spawn vibe in there, which would also be a figure I'd go after if Hot Toys made one.
Somebody needs to make a good 1/6
comic Spawn.
Figure.
Yeah,
I agree.
Hell yeah.
That'd be a must-have for me as well.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Marco?
Yeah, I forgot. Thanks for cutting me off. No, I'm kidding. I did forget though, but.
To Dean's point, I think he's wearing like, I'm not the most familiar with this comic, but I think he's wearing like an armor vest around his neck. I don't think that's his.
Yeah, but even like his thigh, look at how big his fucking legs are, bro.
He's wearing leg armor, bro.
His arms are jacked. He's a big dude. Even with body armor, that's a big guy.
Yeah.
Teeny little neck.
He gave him those comic book proportions, though, right?
It's like you put the Rock's body and then fucking the kid from The Boys head on him.
Wow.
What's his name?
I will say
Quaid?
also, I think it's kind of lame that we don't have a portrait with this figure, especially the Hasbro one just came with one. But I guess you can't have it all. Let's move on. We have the Hot Toys Flash releasing. Do we want to watch this video or do we want to just stay with that?
This came from Hot Toys or Sideshow?
I don't need to see the video.
It's Sideshow.
Sideshow.
Yeah, they had a first look unboxing. Okay, panel seems pretty.
Is it up? Because I know that they put it up and took it down. Did they end up?
I don't know.
Putting it back up. Okay, I think that was kind of the controversy is that they put this up, and then they maybe got ahead of the official.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
I think so. So I don't know if it's back up or not, but
no,
I haven't seen it yet.
BT Dubs. Agent Venom did not cause the baby. That came out of nowhere.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, I don't see the video. Let's move on then, since there's no video to play. This is also just maybe a sort of a getting ahead here, but These photos were initially on the solicitation for the TVA Wolverine jacket version. They are no longer on the Sideshow page anymore. All the photos of the Wolverine have him with the jacket fully on. So I don't know if they're changing the body, they're adding joins, which I think would be a tremendous upset to many collectors. Because this one, I think this might be their best body I've ever seen. I don't know. I don't know how someone discovered this, but yeah, if you go to the page, there's no images of the body like this anymore.
Wow. That'd be really fucked
weird.
up if they did that, because that's not what they sold people.
Yeah.
I don't know. To be clear, I'm not saying that's what they're doing. I'm just saying it is odd that they did it.
No,
And-
I know. I'm saying if that's the case, that's fucked.
Yeah. And it's been a few days, right? You would think that they're aware of what's going on. If it was a mistake, they would have put him back up, but I don't think they have. So it's really strange.
I mean, who would want this figure without that option? But I mean, at the same time, when this figure came out, or for like was put up for pre-order, my biggest criticism was that it didn't have the cowl that came along with it, because I mean, the very iconic scene with him with his shirt off at Saving the Day with the, Deadpool, he's got the cowl on, so it's weird to me that they released this way. But on the other hand, I like, this isn't a cool look for Wolverine. Like, like otherwise, like that's not cool. Like, what? So no, I and honestly, if they have changed it, I think that they should give people the ability to get their NRD back if they want to cancel it, because I think that's too significant of a change for that not to be a recourse. So.
And to be clear, I know this is Eddie's least favorite thing, but this is all pure speculation. We're just speculating endlessly here.
Yeah, because on the Rolling Eyes page, they have it with the jacket slightly open, but yeah, it's weird that no photos.
I don't think I've ever seen them do this, minus when they've updated something. Like, they'll update a portrait, and then you go back and look, and the photos then reflect the new portrait. I've never seen them just delete stuff without, like, while the figure was either being changed or otherwise. It's just odd.
That's pretty significant. That's very significant.
It's just odd, I guess, the news that we're reporting here.
Yeah, and to Ben's point, if they are drastically changing something, yeah, they need to find a way to offer something back for that, because I think that body right there is the selling point of this figure.
100%. Oh, hang on. This is crazy. Just chiming in to note the insane new comment on the Sideshow Details photo page. 2 styles of jacket display, one zipped up 100%, and the second zipped up 95%. Well, how would you even change the jacket? Oh, yeah, it is. There is, that's new. Yeah, thanks, Ryan. Yeah, there's a little slit there. How would you take the jacket off, the 100% jacket off?
Or is it
really
saying that
fucking
you can
weird.
just get it down to that point, but maybe then can't take it off as a result?
Oh, that would be weird, bro.
Oh,
Right?
shit.
Like it just zips.
I mean,
to
but
that
then,
point, so it's two
I mean,
different
how many
styles
people
of
are
the
just
Yeah,
people are just
one
gonna rip
navy
that
blue
off?
jacket.
It says one navy blue jacket. So
Ryan, can you tell us where that note is?
I would cut the jacket off, to be honest.
Yeah, imagine there's just but have you seen those figures where you're not meant to do that, and the underlying
That's what I was gonna
stuff
say.
is like
If
either
this is-
unpainted or unsculpted or unfinished? It's got
Yeah,
no
if this
nipples.
is what they're doing, they're not putting that body underneath.
Oh, dude, that would be crazy. That would be, in my opinion, and again, this is
That's
just my opinion.
egregious.
This would be the Stuart Little 2.0, right? Like, remember how fucking pissed people were when they randomly dropped that Iron Man fucking goofy ass head sculpt on the, what's it, the Mark
85?
85? Yeah, thank you, Eddie. Mark 85.
but then that one picture back to now, Zach, also has a much more open.
Yeah,
neck,
this is-
so that
this
looks like
is
it's still
like a-
part of the same old photo set. That's weird. You know what I mean? Like that's way lower zip than the two styles.
this
that
one
it's now
here,
showing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Weird.
why would you do that though? Like,
Eddie's
I
face
guess I
during this
just
whole conversation is incredible.
Eddie loves speculation.
Let's fucking be over.
If there's anything Eddie loves, it's speculation and the Irish.
I honestly didn't think anything of this until that was pointed out now. Now I'm like, oh, maybe like I thought there has to be
That's
something
crazy,
to do
dude.
with like nudity or something, because like there's not any figures where they're completely shirtless. So I was like, maybe it's something to do with that. They can't have a
The Hulk
shirtless
figures
toy.
are completely shirtless.
Yeah,
That's
but he's
true,
an
he's shirt
alien.
cocking it.
And he's
Is he an
green.
alien? Red Hulk.
He's an exaggerated body.
That's a good
Don't have to
point,
worry about it.
Mike. But
Touche.
Listen, this
Fuck you, Mike.
Logan
He's
body
green,
is
so-
an exaggerated body too. I don't care what anybody says.
I thought so. Anyway, that was my reasoning to why they did that. But now that I think the two styles of jacket display, that
That's
is
what
what
you're
I'm like skeptical now, because I'm like,
Yeah, because in the what's in the box section of this website, it just says it's one jacket. So it's not like you.
What if
There's
you can
two
only zip
jackets.
it down like
That's
X%?
ridiculous.
That would be crazy,
You
bro.
could move it down a centimeter.
Hey, a centimeter is a lot, Mike.
if
All right.
okay,
It is
since
if you
we're
can.
already speculating, might as well go full retard. If you if you got this and the body was the way that they solicited underneath it, all you had to do was completely cut the jacket off.
Yeah,
Would you be
people cut the
upset, or would you
fucking
just
jacket
cut
off.
the jacket off? Because I would just
be
cut
annoyed.
the jacket off and be.
I would be
I
annoyed.
would be annoyed, but
I
yeah.
would cut the jacket.
Yeah, I would. Just,
You know what this reminds me of, Eddie? Remember Peacemaker? It was like
Yeah.
you couldn't have a gun, but the gun was like all you had to do was like quote unquote like take it out of the holster and then it was good to go.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that. You had to do a little bit of destruction to get it how you want it.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is a Hugh Jackman thing. You know?
It seems like he wants to show off his
That
body as
motherfucker's
much as he
shirtless
can.
every
So
time.
I don't know.
You're not
too.
wrong. Maybe this is because of Justin
I
Baldoni.
still do. No one wants to look.
Yeah, I mean, it still says upper body and arms made of silicone, seamless neck and elbow joint design with metal skeleton.
What if my question would be, what if they added seams at the shoulders?
Oh, son of a...
Because those statements can both be true, right?
That's
Seamless
true, because it
arms.
just says seamless neck and elbows. It does not say anything about the shoulders.
Damn, dude, that would be dirty, bro.
They're gonna give it the Hulk treatment.
That would be dastardly. Now, in this case, I'm team no seam. You know what
Wow.
I'm saying? I'm team no seam this week.
Wow.
I wouldn't eat
Because
one.
this one, I get it. You can
Freeze
get
a
a bunch
nipple.
of cool Wolverine poses without needing the seam. I think Hulk, that fucking, you think the King Kong type pose, like you need the arms up, but
Nobody poses their Hulk that way. I've yet to see a collector with that Hulk in that pose. I have yet to see it.
okay.
Prove me
Well,
wrong,
have you
folks.
seen a
Send me
fucking
one.
lion fucking a
Send me
tiger?
an
No, but it
Instagram.
happens all the time, dude.
Jesus Christ.
If the tree falls in the
All
woods
the
and you
time.
don't
Exactly,
hear it, it
that's-
doesn't exist.
That's a straw man argument.
If the Pope shits in the woods, really
Right.
quick, like why not just cancel this one? Like they've canceled other figures that
That's
were
true, too.
Dude,
right?
lower
this
scale.
would
They are gonna
be-
actually change it.
Last, I would think, to be canceled.
You think so?
That's
Really?
crazy. Yeah, Ryan, that's what we just said.
I
Well,
don't know
not
if this could've
last, but
sold that
certainly
well.
If
people
only
were
thing-
excited because of the body. There were people trying to buy
Yeah.
two of these
Yeah.
fucking things.
the only thing that sucks if they cancel it, if they had the cowled head like Ben was talking about, this would be the better of the two figures, I think. If
Yeah.
it came
It's
with
such
the
an-
cowled,
it's
so if
such
they
an-
cancel
yeah.
this, it's like, dang, that's the better one, in my opinion.
Yeah, but that's what they've done with both of the figures from this film, right? They've split them up into you have to buy multiple of the same figure to get like the perfect version of it.
To build it out, yeah.
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 Classic Hot Toys.
Son of a...
Meanwhile, Hasbro, you just have to buy one Maximum Spider-Man. You're good to go.
Jeez.
Costs just
Let's
about as
see
much.
here. Well, how dare you, Mike? How fucking dare you? Let's see. X-Men 97 Wolverine. Real cool figure here. Love the diorama base. You do also get like basically a whole swap out torso piece, which is really interesting. I don't know. I've kind of been turned off by the Mondo figures. I watched Nick's review on his Spider-Man animated figure, and in a perfect world, I think I'd still buy the symbiote figure, but this is too much for me to be doing this. So it's cool, but that's not for me.
We've seen Wolverine before, haven't we?
Quite a few times.
Yeah.
At
Yeah,
least twice.
different variants as well. I
Three
think Eddie
times?
picked up the Logan version, so it's been a few.
Okay.
This is the first
So-
one, Dean, that... So I guess the original one they did wasn't by the same sculptor as the rest of the X-Men characters. So
on.
this one's an updated one by the same sculptor, and then apparently this one's better proportion to the other characters. Like the other one is too big. He's like the same size as Scott, and this one is. That's why they show him next to Jubilee. I guess he's better sized
that's a good call.
to fit with the rest of the team.
Smart.
This is one of those things where like I love the look of these figures and I hate the figures. Like if you find a cool pose, I feel like then it's a cool figure, but they just stand there. They're statues, which is fine. That never bugs me when people are like, just buy a statue, whatever. Like that's cool. I don't know why they're too expensive, dude. Even with all the accessories and everything, I feel like they should be like $200 tops, not $250 or whatever. But every time I see one, I'm like, dude, they look really good. I don't want to spend that much just to get it. But the thing that tempts me about this is that cowl with the long ears. That reminds me of Capcom Wolverine, and I fucking love when Wolverine has those really long ears on the mask. So
yeah, true. It's interesting with Mondo too, because a lot of the time, anytime I've made a Mondo video, for example, people often ask me in the comments like, oh, do you think I should get this? Has there been any other versions? Will it hold its value once it sells out? Those types of questions. And I consistently say, like, Mondo keeps revisiting the well for a lot of their figures. Like a lot of the He-Man or Masters of the Universe line they've gone back to. Skeletor, I think they've made at least 2 times, if not 3 times. And so Wolverine, same idea here, right? Like they keep going back to the well. So in my opinion, it actually diminishes the value of Mondo overall, knowing that even though they sell out pretty quickly, they will eventually make another variant. They just eventually will. If you're patient enough, you'll be able to get your hands on another one, and perceivably a better option. Now, I haven't had a chance to look through all the photos of this solicitation. One thing that does impress me about this one in particular is Mondo is pretty known for having large sections of the accessories behind that like deluxe paywall, which is almost only ever like $15 more. So it's always kind of like, well, why wouldn't you get the deluxe if you get that much more for only $15? Whereas these photos haven't shown anything in kind of that little purple window. So as a result, it does make me more excited because everything that this does come with is pretty sweet. But I kind of agree with you, Eddie. I just recently sold the Batman and animated Joker that I had from Mondo because they're too similar to the 7-inch scale ones that I have, or the 1/12 versions, the 7-inch variants that I have up above me, which in my opinion are perfect representations of my love and nostalgia for the animated series. And seeing them in 6 scale actually highlighted some of the imperfections of them as like figures or toys in that sense, whether that's in the paint applications or anything else. It highlights it, whereas in the slightly smaller scale, they to me look like better screen rips from those original nostalgic cartoons. And so point of that being, I love this because I'm nostalgic for it, but I'm avoiding it because I agree price point is just way too high for me to justify it to myself. And if I'm going to collect multiple from these amazing series, like all of the X-Men options that are available, I don't want to spend 250 plus on every single figure when there's just so much other in 6 scale that I'd rather have. I'd rather see these at $30 price points in my collection and be able to collect them all and have our own little display and move on with my life. So they're cool, but that's a skip.
The other thing Zach was talking about is like some of the QC issues that the figures have. That turns me off too sometimes, is they have paint issues or like I think some people with the Spider-Man were having issues with the shoulder joint or something like that, and they do have issues, but Mondo's one of the best companies that fixes those issues. So it's like a catch-22 kind of thing where it's like they don't question anything ever.
You're
like
not wrong.
You could say there's a smudge on the very corner of the tiger stripe, and it like they'll send you a new one, like a new body or whatever, and it's like I really appreciate how good their customer service is, but I also don't enjoy the figure, so it's like I want to support them, but I just don't want them. But I don't know how big of X-Men animated series fans you guys are. Does anybody recall if they ever showed Weapon X in the animated series? Like in that look?
In the 97? In the 97?
I remember having that figure.
Show or the...
Any of them.
Or the original?
The original.
OG,
Like,
the
did they
original
ever
one.
in
I-
any of the animated series?
I
Did
really
they show
thought
them with
they
that look?
did. I thought they did a whole flashback arc with that.
If they did, because that's a variant of Wolverine they haven't done yet. If they do a Weapon X, I will get it.
That would
Just
be
because I love Weapon X, and I don't care if it doesn't pose good. Like, I'd probably have him just standing there anyway. So, yeah, if they do that one, I'm in on that one.
Yeah, I echo everything you guys said. I would love to go all in on a animated X-Men line, but yeah, these for their price, their limitations, their inconsistencies. I've never gone down that road. I'm glad I haven't because it would have just snowballed. But this looks really cool. I'd love to see, not to knock on Mondo, but I'd love to see somebody else take a swing at this line and see what can be done at maybe a lower price point.
I love this Sentinel base, and I desperately want a Sentinel base for my Ono Wolverine. I feel like that's the missing piece. To just have him standing on the torn off Sentinel head is just so dope.
Hell yeah. But the Hono is a better price point and looks significantly more real in your display.
Yep.
Which is wild.
Could actually go with your other figures too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's see what else that we have here. Akuma by Iconic Figures is, quote, shipping next week. I take the quote is because I think the last time, Marco, they said they were shipping, like it took a bit for that to happen.
Yeah.
Is that the nuance there?
It was just pulled directly from their
I
Instagram
see.
post. It said shipping next week, so that's
Okay,
why
gotcha.
it was in quotes. Yeah.
Yeah, I have nothing good or bad to say about this. It looks fine. I personally feel like it should have been a little bit larger, but I'm not very familiar with this game, and I think they responded that this was the sizing scale they got from the license holder. So, if that's the case, then nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, a real shame that they haven't teased any more figures from this line, right? Like, there's just so many iconic Street Fighter figures that could go along with, kind of the original 3 that they've made so far. But nothing. We're not even getting a hint at what's coming next. So I could have missed it. So let me know in the chat if, they've teased something else. But yeah, pretty disappointing because I thought this was a really promising line, but it seems like they're maybe abandoning it. They've used the body 4 times now, and then that's really all we're seeing.
Have you got all of them so far coming, Marco? I know you have the one, right?
I just have Ryu and Ken. That's it.
Yeah.
And the OG Ryu.
I mean, that's still a pretty cool display, even just for those 2 figures. It's like that still really represents Street Fighter for me. But I get what you're saying, though.
I've got Ryu posed up with my Hono brown suit Wolverine in kind of like a Marvel versus Capcom.
That's
setup.
cool. That's a cool idea. I like that. Oh yeah. No, I don't have much thoughts on this other than it sucks that they're using the same figure body and all the things. But I can understand if they put the money into it, but it kind of still, it's just kind of lame. It's not that fun. So, but it does look good.
Yeah.
It does look cool. I like it. So
There you go. Let's move forward. Back to the Future Blitzway, the 1/6 scale. Do we know what UMS stands for? I believe this is the first time I'm seeing it. But it's the time machine.
Universal
that they're
Movie
teasing. Studio.
Series?
Ooh, series, yeah. Ultimate Movie Series. Is that what it stands
Ooh,
for? That'd be
Ultimate.
amazing. Maximum Movie Series.
Well, Maximum doesn't start with a U.
Let me turn it upside down.
It's half of an M.
Well,
Umbrella Mountain Seals.
Umbrella Mountain Seals. That might be it, actually.
That might be it.
Well, apparently this is their Kurt Cobain was a part of the series. Oh, wow. What does it stand for?
The
Why do I not
premium
know
mums.
these
You're
words?
probably right.
The
Ultimate.
premium mums.
Oh no, because Kurt Cobain would be movies.
Well, I'm sure he was in a
Series?
movie video.
It's got a
Ultimate
masterpiece.
Master Series.
Master
Ultimate. Well, Master. Is it MP? No, movie Master.
That'd
MMS.
be one word.
Depends if you hyphenate it. Anyways,
Why would you do that?
I don't know. It's like Spider-Man. Who could know?
Like Ultimate Master Series
know.
or something.
Ultimate Maximum
Miniature?
Series.
Miniature?
Oh, Ultimate Miniature.
I guarantee you we're the only stream that focused on this detail.
And that's what makes us
That's why
better.
people tune in.
That's why
They
people
wanna
tune
do
in.
the fine details here.
Yeah, I don't know.
So-
I mean, Ultimate Masterpiece Series is what it stands for. Okay. There you
So
go.
this tease says Back to the Future, and then they showed a picture just a couple hours ago, and it says Back to the Future 2. So I guess has it always been known that it was going to be from 2?
No, I thought people thought it
No,
was
it
from
was-
the first one.
No,
Yeah,
it
it
was.
was
It
I
was
really
thought
two.
it was 2.
I saw it being 2 right from the initial tease.
Oh, fuck
But
me
I think
in the
I think
ass.
it was just confusing because it's the Back to the Future brand.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I
Right,
see what you're
so-
saying. This is the aforementioned teaser here.
I could be tempted to get this because I.
Yeah,
So
Back to
you're
the
doing a
Future is a hard
40th
time machine.
anniversary celebration of the first movie by doing the second car. Legendary, bro. That's Hot Toys.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the anniversary this year.
So it's interesting because I also think that, like, if there was a hole in the market, the hole in the market right now would be the Mark 1 DeLorean that needs to be 2.0, right? Hot Toys hasn't given us a 2.0 on that vehicle. It's still the older school. Since then, they've given us the USB-C upgrades on the version 2 and version 3 model. So for me, I see this as being direct competition with Hot Toys, but almost for the wrong reason. I think if they'd given us the Back to the Future 1 car, it would have filled that slot in a lot of people's collections that missed out on that original and given people more of a reason to actually consider buying this. Whereas I already have the Mark II in my display at a pretty reasonable price and an amazing vehicle. Like I'm a huge Back to the Future fan. I don't know how much better it can get. On the other hand, I also recognize that as
Just not being
collectors
broken?
sometimes. Well, I also recognize that as collectors sometimes we know, like, once we see even a few minor improvements, it can be like, that does look good. I kind of want it. So for me, the calculus will have to be, if there are improvements to what I already have, how dramatic are those? And am I willing to take the risk of losing a little bit of money trying to flip that other one on the secondary, as shitty as the secondary market has been lately, just to put those dollars towards something else? Doesn't make sense. I think it should have been the first car. It would have filled the hole in the market.
You don't know what they've got planned for this one, though, Ben. It could levitate for all you know. In arts,
Yeah, I mean,
we're cowards. They wouldn't let
sure.
Superman levitate, but maybe this does. So
I have
we'll see.
I have a base out in my living room right now that is magnet, like, it's magnet force that is hovering Grogu above the platform. And it looks like he's using the force to hover his own magnet. And it's cool. I mean, the technology does exist. It's just expensive. So
Could you
you're not
imagine-
100% wrong.
It would have to
That
be a
could be a-
massive
that could
magnet.
be a
Yeah, can you
display.
imagine the
But they-
size and the strength of that magnet?
But what if
Everything
it was
in
a
your living
road?
room would get
What if it was a
sucked to
road?
that thing.
What if it was a road piece, right? Like a flat road piece
I wish I
where
was
they
even
could
sucked
they
in
could
my
put the
living room.
platform right through that and put magnet. I mean,
Bro,
you're
NR
not-
was
you're
freaking
not
out
wrong,
about
but
the
I
cost
bet
of
it can
magnets
happen.
for a tiny little base.
So
bro.
strong.
But they're gonna want $2,000 for this, so fucking make it levitate. Like, find a way.
Yeah.
I'm just
pretty
saying.
much make it.
Dude, that shit better take me back to the future for 2,000 fucking
Saying,
dollars.
bro.
Yeah, I mean, they have. I mean, they're very little, but they have floating
Yeah.
DeLoreans. But yeah, I think the size and the price that would
It's also
you'd
the
have to
surface
do.
area.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it, but
Because
yeah.
it says this is. Did somebody say this was die cast? Like an actual metal
They did
vehicle?
at some point say that it would have
wow.
die cast on it. Yeah.
It's gonna be fucking heavy as shit, and that would interfere with the magnets too. So
It
I
wasn't
don't
a
know,
real talking
that's-
point, Dean. We were just fucking around. You can
Oh.
talk about something else.
Wow.
Wow. Shut down. He's gonna
Dude,
beat
you're
your
a
ass in
fucking
the
piece
chat.
of shit. If you're gonna bring up a fucking talking point and then immediately get shut down, don't be like, "Oh, I was just kidding. I wasn't
Yeah,
serious."
Kevin,
You
is
were
offended,
fucking
though.
serious. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, bro, come on! It's a callback to the Superman.
I was
Come
serious.
on.
I was
Yeah,
serious
well,
with the road. That's, I think, the only way they can do it.
Let's see.
You're not wrong,
they-
Dean. Being any diecast is going to be way too heavy. You're not wrong.
Bitch.
They could
What were you
do
saying,
little improvements. I was just going to call out the Hot Toys some of the mistakes they made, specifically with the lighting. The headlights and the backlights are actually switched. They're the wrong colors. So they could do something real easy and fix that and make it right.
I mean, JB also brought up a good point. Technically, the Mark II DeLorean was at the end of the first movie. Now, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not like a
ban JB, please. Just kidding.
No,
I'm not.
that's true.
I'm not a DeLorean scholar, right? Because there's probably like, well, the one in the second movie, this part was actually on the rear, and it's not in the whatever. But
it's quite different.
That is. I still agree with Ben that it should have been the first movie car, but you can kind of finagle it.
My favorite DeLorean was the Mark II, because of the view into the future. Right, I think it's an amazing concept, but hole in the market. Yeah, what were you gonna say, Marco?
Yeah, Mark II for sure is the most iconic, so I get why they would start with that after probably spending a lot on the R&D. But what the fuck was I gonna say? Oh man, it's been a long day. I lost it again. Damn it!
Well, I'm so sorry. Here, can you switch our spots, Zach? So
no,
Marco talks first. The only other thing I was going to mention, and I forgot in my heated passion, or heat of passion. Anyways, in my opinion, they don't still have very good figures for Back to the Future. I've got the 2.0s of both Doc and Marty. And while they're not bad, I would still put them at kind of like a 7 out of 10. Like they're, who they are. They're not really great likenesses. They're not great figures. And so if Blitzway has the license to Back to the Future, I would also love to see a tease of some upgraded figures at some point, whether it's from Hot Toys or from Blitzway. But I feel like it just sucks that at that point they'd be a 3.0 when the improvements that I'm really hoping for out of the figure really should have been a 2.0. It's nothing groundbreaking other than better likeness, and no holes in the head of Doc Brown and stuff like that.
They could do part 2, and then they could do branded stuff, right? I think with Kurt Cobain, they did like actual branded guitar. And so what if he had the Mag Nikes? What if he had the Mattel hover bike, right? Like those are cool little details that they could crush that Hot Toys is too scared to do. And then I was going to say, like, okay, I love my part 2 DeLorean, but the fact that there's not a toggle to like plug it into a smart switch or like a remote is just, come on. In this, the year that it released is just not acceptable. So if they can at the very least do that, where it's like I can turn something on and then it all lights up, I might be compelled. But I think it's going to be too expensive for me, but man, I'll be tempted again if they do the characters and they make these improvements and it's die cast. It'll definitely be very tempting.
Do you have confidence in Blitzway to be better than Hot Toys?
I think their Ghostbusters
the Ghostbusters vehicles
figures
are amazing.
Beautiful, right? Yeah, so I think that set
figures amazing.
Yeah,
they're really solid.
The one Blitzway figure I have is my favorite figure in my collection. So
Zorro.
Oh
yeah,
high praise.
They also made
Bill and bias because you love that movie though, Zach, or
the likeness
Eddie, or is it
the likeness to Antonio is really, really good. So
because Hot Toys has basically the whole line, right? The first movie, the second movie, the third movie. So for Blitzway to come in pretty late into the game, I would say, and already have Marco, excited, like, well, if they do the characters as well, I'm willing to dive in.
Yeah, but I think parts of the Hot Toys line, like the dock, was awful. The sculpt was awful. Remember, it had that high quality cardboard box. The plutonium, like, I mean, there's certainly room for improvement.
The display, though, and in display.
I said this out of jest earlier, but I mean, Hot Toys also had the fucking issue with like not an insignificant amount of people who had to basically not get the DeLorean because they ran out of replacements because everyone's were fucking broken when they arrived for the DeLorean, the flying one. So
you are not wrong.
Will this Blitzway one be convertible? I guess is the other question, right? Will it be roadworthy?
Yeah, but you'd have to convert like some small details, right? Like the license plate and the Mr. Fusion to between the two films.
No, I just mean the hover mode to road mode. Sorry, like just like being able to.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
it would have to be able to do that, right?
I just don't know.
The Hot Toys one can, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, and then that's a must.
Yeah, I just don't know if Blitzway, at least for me personally, has done enough to say I owned all the things to sell all my shit and then start buying all over again. You know what I mean? Because you're going to take a hit on the shit you already own.
That's fair. I think one of my...
Go on.
Sorry, Dean, I thought you were done your thought. I was going to say one of my added criticisms to Blitzway is the length of time it takes from their teases to actually seeing what's coming to fruition. Because even like they teased the Ghostbusters pre-order, right? The 4-pack again at some point. That was like 6 months ago already, and like it's been just complete ghost town since. Yeah. So like this slide says coming soon, but like we should be curious, like how soon is soon for Blitzway before we actually get to see what this is going to look like.
That's fair.
Yeah, the tease for their figures made a little more sense than this, right? Because other companies, not to be named, were announcing theirs, so it's kind of like Blitzway said, "Don't bother. We'll 2.0 these."
We're getting back to it.
Yeah, right. But this one, there's no real competition for this vehicle right now, right? I mean, the Hot Toys one is
there is though. There's fucking 4 vehicles out already.
No, but I'm saying
2 part ones. Are you saying like actively where you could buy new?
Yeah. That's
people
what I mean.
already have them in hand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right.
Let me ask you this though, Mike. Like, the people that would want this already have one, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's no one that's like, oh, I'm holding out for the ultimate, next company to make
had
one.
been talking about a die-cast.
You're not
Wolverine,
fucking
So there
wrong.
might be people that were holding
You're
out for
not wrong.
that.
Yeah.
So,
my fucking great-grandchildren will be enjoying that.
But I will say, like, to Ben's points, right? There's enough missing from the vehicle and the figures and quality to where that if they make it so much better, I could definitely see people doing it. I mean, this is a franchise that has a huge loyal following, and at least from the figures, like Ben was saying, they're just not good enough. So, the car's good, but there's definitely some room for improvement. So,
Johnny says he's been holding out.
Range.
If that's the case, I mean, get ready to take a big hit on reselling the shit you have, because at that point, when everyone's unloading their shit to get the new stuff, it's a buyer's market. They'll pay whatever the fuck,
Oh, 100%.
This shit doesn't hold value anyways, though. So I feel like
You're not wrong.
That's always the case. And really quickly, in terms of Ryan Dean's comment, I guess I got the Kurt Cobain thing wrong. So apologies there, but I guess they gave him a bender instead of a fender. I remember
Okay, that was actually crazy because he was a drug addict, so that was actually fucking crazy. To me, that actually is like kind of
details wrong. So.
Kind of a slap.
Yeah, he did drugs.
Well, it's interesting.
Are you fact checking me?
I remember.
Stop it, Dean. Stop it, Dean.
100%.
You're fucking around. Right?
I kind of remember his public appearance being.
He did
one
heroin,
way, but he was
cocaine,
actually...
amphetamines. Yeah, he was
the girl that was.
And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying. Hang on. Let me be very clear.
Wrong.
Hang on. I'm not saying that disparagingly. That came out a bit obtuse for me. I'm saying you're making a figure of someone that's passed away. They did have drug issues. I understand you can't use Fender, but like Bender, bro, like Jesus Christ.
There's like what 24
There's
other
Mender.
letters they could have used.
Lender, sender,
True.
Never mind.
gender.
Also, Dean, to your resale market thing, I've been
Render.
looking around even at my current Hot Toys. My Daredevil, my Punisher, my Superman, my Christopher Reeve Superman, my Terminator MMS 117, and more. Honestly, at least 4 of my figures in my current collection. I'm like, I should try to move these on before they completely lose all value, and I can recoup a little bit and get ready for the 2.0s. Because I feel like I know 100% we're going to see a Daredevil and likely a Punisher again.
Bro, just send me
Chris
that
Reeve
Daredevil.
Superman again at some point, right? So like, I mean, I can work a deal with you, Mike. If
Can
you,
I have
if you
it?
want,
I'm just
but-
saying, can I
You
have
can't-
it?
you
Can I
can't
have
have
it?
it.
Can I
No.
have it?
I'm telling you,
Till I wear you down, because apparently that's
I'm going
what you do.
I'm going like right now. I'm batting like at least 0.400 right now, dude. I'm not. This one watch dude put up a video. He's like, I gave this watch away to my best friend, and I put, can I have it? And he's like, well, I'll think about it the next time I'm giving one away. He's like, when's your birthday? And I'm like, holy shit, dude, I'm fucking.
No, wait,
I'm
is
out
that
of
the one
control
you
right
begged
now.
him like twice? Like he said no, and then you're like,
Yeah, and I said
"Please."
PLS.
Like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh man, I'm on fire today. Topo is releasing some, I believe these are the Nightmare Batman accessories. They also, I believe, just released the saddest looking Bruce Wayne sculpt I've ever seen. So I don't know that how much these are supposed to be trusted.
Bro, that's what Ben Affleck looks like. That's perfect.
Dude, that's
sad
that
guy.
look when he has
He's
a
smoking a
cigarette, dude.
cigarette.
You know what I'm talking? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Ryan says bending is also a guitar term for bending a string. Yeah, but it wasn't bending on the guitar. It was bender. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, do people really need this? Or I guess these are just hands that don't come in the box? Can someone explain this to me? Because I feel like people are really
They're
happy
seamless.
Oh, okay. I see. So they're not like the glove gauntlet.
That's what I'm guessing.
Okay, good shit.
Those,
Yeah,
those
I didn't even
hands
notice
are
that.
such a pain to put on, both the Nightmare and just the standard BVS. Those are such a bitch.
Oh, the
So
standard one is
this
a
could be kinda
nightmare. And I guess the bar for these being good is probably less high than the portrait, right? Like, you know, black, a little bit of weathering, a little bit of gray, a little bit
I
of
think
green.
that portrait was awesome, honestly. Like, I think both the
serious?
Nightmare and the standard version.
It might have
yeah,
been a
looked
bad
good.
photo. It might have been a bad photo.
Yeah,
Okay.
from what I've seen, it looked pretty damn good.
That's the craziest thing Zach's ever heard, honestly. Hate to say it.
No, craziest thing I ever heard, dude. I can't even say it on the air.
He's got
When I saw Dean
for CW
unpack
Plus.
that one figure out of his box, looking at me like a damn child got caught with the hand in the cookie jar. Ain't never seen anything like that.
No, you immediately went on the attack. You didn't even ask me anything.
Yeah, I'm a typical liberal. I went straight for the attack. You're right, Dean.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
By the way, Zach,
Doesn't
I liked,
listen to reason? Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
I liked your Z log the other day when you got to the toy show with Dean, and you immediately went and bought 2 figures, and then when Victoria shows up, you're like, "Hey, honey, how's it going?" Yeah, we're down $20 already. She's
It's
like,
not-
"What do you mean you're down $20.
It's not clear from the
I
video.
technically
So
bought
good.
something.
It's not quite clear from the vlog, but she showed up like an hour after the show started because she had to. We had to set up gymnastics, and so she was dropping Vivi off before that. But yeah, it was
Yeah.
a very
down.
Her
genuine
reaction
reaction.
was good.
To be fair, I think we came out like $50 up, but I mean, yeah, it was. Yeah, I sold Chuck something. Rainer is probably gonna buy that Charizard. I ended up selling the plushie. You know.
Probably gonna buy it. You're counting your chickens before they hatch, bro.
Yeah, but I'm pulling a Rainer. I just gave it to him. I said, just pay me back. So you know, it's classic. I learned it from him. You know.
Oh, there you go.
But
Yeah, smart.
there you go. I was like, leave with it, and then we'll come get it later. And then a few other people, you know, I got some deals lined up. Let's see. It was a Fender guitar, so bending wouldn't work as well as a mock logo. I've changed the Fender logo on amps to say fucker, which would have been a more. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong,
Okay.
Ryan. I just think it's crazy work.
I don't want to derail the show too much, but going back to the Kurt Cobain thing, okay, he did struggle
He
with
did do
drugs.
drugs. Yeah,
But he does have a quote saying drugs are a waste of time and they ruin your life. So that's where I was kind of, but then I'm reading this and it says, hold on. It
Drugs are
says,
bad. Okay.
in April
bad.
1994, Cobain was found dead in his Seattle home from an overdose of heroin.
And a
That really what
shotgun
killed
to the
him?
head.
I was gonna say, is this like a fucking what do you call
that's
that? Mandela effect? I was like,
I thought he blew
heroin
his brain.
overdose.
Yeah,
That's what I
shotgun.
thought.
Yeah.
998
That's on
if you have
Google.
any negative thoughts.
I mean, weed really makes me want chocolate, but I still do it.
Dean, what year was that? Was that 96, 95?
You know what's really
94.
crazy?
94.
You know what's really crazy?
Chocolate.
I remember being in high
him
school
and-
when that happened, dude. Everybody was like crying. The girls were like consoling each other. Man, it was wild.
Wow.
Yeah.
Console each other how?
I was 5.
Marco put some bad juju on me, bro. Before the show started, just want to let everybody know.
You were what? You were
Holy
5?
cow.
He put some bad. He said the most nastiest thing I've ever heard anyone say. Like no LOL, no nothing, bro. Just said I died, bro. What if I died? And that's
It's
how
really-
the news was
It's
broken.
really the only excuse for not posting the link on time. You
No.
better
To be
dead if it
fair,
happens.
hang on. To be fair, I did make the stream, but it's been fucking glitching lately. Manny had a habit the other day where he made a stream, and he had to make it like 3
That's
times
true.
before it showed up. I made the stream at lunch, and then I fucking circled back. And to be fair,
It's
I did
never happened
nap
to me on
a
Let's
little
Get Nuts,
longer.
so I'm not gonna lie. Just put it out there.
Well, that's because we have the
Call
1080
it fake
membership.
news.
Hey,
It's a bit
and
different.
look, Zach's track record is like 99%. Okay,
Dude, I'm
So
like
once he's
358 of
feeling ill-
359. Yeah, so
let's
fucking,
cut him some slack.
fucking unscathed, Mike, unscathed. Back to back to this crap. Cooper Howard.
Yeah, what the
Yeah, I
fuck?
like this.
No, this actually
This
looks really
smells
good. This looks really good. Giant Exhibition Toys. It could have gone with a better name. I think I've said this just about every
What the
figure
fuck
I've
is
ever
that
looked at on the
logo?
show. I've said this about just about every figure we've ever talked about, but this needs weathering. This man came
Oh,
out of
100%.
Macy's.
He literally
just
was
too clean.
buried. He cannot
Yeah.
be clean.
There's no way he's not like you
Yeah,
know.
his trench coat is almost black from how dirty it is. Like it's not this brown. It's fucking. It almost looks wet. You know what I mean?
It's like all fucking oily and shit.
Yeah, it's like
Also,
zombie
I'm-
like.
What kind of fucking shoes are these? Motherfucker walking around in penny loafers.
Penny
Motherfucker had
loafers.
boots.
Dude, but it would be cool if there was a
Why does
bottle
Dean
cap
always
in
notice
the
the
in the you know in the lip. I never forget the first time I saw panty loafers. I thought it was the stupidest thing I ever saw.
Yeah.
I said, "Why is there why is there a penny in your shoe?" It was an old white dude. I was like, "That's crazy, bro. That's the stupidest. You look like a damn fool." Nasty old copper on his foot. Anyways, put a nickel or something.
This
Zach's
looks
glowing
good.
right now. He's in a fever dream.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I'm high on my own supply right now.
He's reliving the moment right now. Like,
Like that one girl from Stranger Things, dude. I got Vecna just.
fucking nosebleed.
He's raising up in the living room. He's floating around his collection room.
Another day,
Hate to see
another
it.
victory for the OG.
Don't do that. Okay, but Eddie, you
Okay,
like this?
I don't like. I think it looks good. Yeah. I didn't like the show enough, but I think it looks really good.
Oh, you didn't like the show? Wow.
Nah, he was the coolest character though. This guy was
Yeah,
for sure the
absolutely.
coolest.
100%.
I just got
Show.
bored.
Great.
I was in on the first episode, and then once it got to 3, I was like not paying attention anymore. So
Dude, I'd watch that
That's
main
ADHD
actress
for you,
do
man.
anything for an hour, dude. You kidding me?
the girl
Ella
is
Purnell?
hot.
Ellie Purnell? God damn.
Yeah, she was in Yellow Jackets.
Yeah.
She's pretty hot.
She's
But
wonderful.
dude,
She's wonderful.
this dropped, and then like 3 other companies dropped theirs. It's like,
Right.
what the hell?
Yeah, So Toys dropped one next. Thank you for the transition here. There was the silhouette one. Was that So Toys also, or was that a different company?
That was Mars
Toys.
Toys.
but
Mars
I don't
Toys.
know if Kip was just
Wow.
fucking around or not. I feel like he was
That's
just fucking
crazy
around.
work.
Bro, this,
I don't know, man.
I mean,
They be doing the shit like that.
I don't know what the first one. I've never heard of that company. It doesn't look particularly great. Like, I feel like it'd be a good stepping off point. But if you got So tees in there, bro, just wait for So.
And Mars.
General
So has a
Electric, you
good
never heard
enough
of?
track record that
General
I
Electric.
Wow, that's good.
I'm pretty comfortable to say that the So will be superior.
Yeah, it'll also be 5 years before it shows up.
Sure.
Yeah, but do you want this on your shelf for 5 years? I'd rather just wait. Save the money.
Fair. I mean, Walter Goggins is an awesome actor. So, and I thought his appearance as the Ghoul in the show was pretty cool. I loved Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, even Fallout 4.
New
I put
Vegas?
tons
New
of
Fo-
hours.
Vegas?
Yeah, New Vegas, yeah. I put tons of hours into those games,
You like
especially
Goggins?
Fallout 3. I do like Walter Goggins, yes.
Really?
Yeah, he's awesome. He's dope though. So, but I agree. This I would wait for So. I've never heard of this particular brand. So,
Bro,
and also
just based
like
off their logo alone, absolutely not.
That shit looks
It's-
like a
I mean-
Spy Kids 3 logo.
yeah, you're not wrong.
Enhance.
The show's been out long enough, so spoilers.
clip,
but like,
pretty
come on.
fucking good.
he should definitely come with like an off-brand like bobblehead, right, of the Fallout Boy bobblehead, because that's who like he's in the show. He's the character that was modeled after. So I think that the figure should come with one, but that's just me.
That's a good
It's a deep
point.
cut. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid that he doesn't come with that.
Spy Kids.
Just
Zach,
fall
you're
asleep.
Zach's either muted or he's
You're
gone.
muted if you're talking.
Oh, I said what did sorry, repeat what he didn't come with? I missed it.
Like
The-
the bobblehead, like
Walt
the
Boy.
like the thumbs up.
Oh, yeah.
Fallout Boy, yeah.
Dude, I really I just want a third party company to make the Power Armor dude, because I don't want to spend fucking $600
I want
to
that
buy the
too.
legit one. You know
Just
what I
keep
mean?
asking people for theirs.
Yeah, you'll get it.
Dude, it might work. I'm batting 400 right now,
Please.
so
please.
He's not on sale at Sideshow or anything like that. I feel like I've seen it on sale.
I'm not paying that fucking tariff, bro. Are you kidding me?
I think some of the upgrade armors have been on sale, but I don't think the base figure.
Dude, I saw one years ago. Dude, what was that store that closed down? It was like a GameStop. Think Geek, bro. They had it at the store, dude, and I fucking. It was just a bad time, dude. It was a bad time.
I'd love a power armor, but there's so many different power armors that I like that I don't know which one I would choose, especially if there was a selection of them. Like there's like some of the iconic ones, but in my Fallout 4 game, one of my favorite parts is the base creation, and you can like I always set up every armor set, every power armor set I can find, so it looks like I've got like an army of these things guarding my base. It's so freaking cool. But there's some really cool.
I've showed Dean my
sets.
base before, and dude, there was a woman
beautiful.
gave her life, dude, for the Oxfather. Got killed by a rad scorpion. We made her a mausoleum in her honor. It was beautiful. Christian, we
when
talked
you go
about
to-
Pennywise last week.
Ben, when you go to Vegas, you can find the Predator metal guy and get a power armor from him.
Dude, you should go see the Predator guy again.
Yeah.
Be like,
You
look,
should
I
do
bought
vlogs.
a Predator from you. I'm in town for a couple days.
This store does these in life-size Iron Man sets or like life-size Transformer ones as well. There was
Buy
like
it.
a life-size Bumblebee.
Buy
in the
it.
store. It was $3,700, I think it was, but
Buy it.
it was cool. I don't have that kind of
Put it
money.
on credit.
I don't have that kind of money. Yeah, I'm going to
Put on
see-
credit,
I'm
say
going
it
to
was
see
fraud.
T-Pain at the club. I'm gonna save my money for the drinks. You know what I'm saying? T-Pain.
You know what's
I'll try
funny?
to
He
get a
actually
patrol
makes
on
more
there.
money streaming. How dare you? He makes more money streaming than he does with music, which is crazy. And he's actually
Yeah,
got a
he
really
should.
beautiful voice. Very talented.
One of my
Bro,
favorite Jedi
T-Pain is
Patrol.
one of the
my
most
favorite.
insane singer. His vocals are insane.
My favorite Jedi
Also-
Patrol intro is the T-Pain
Please
intro
stop.
that he uses.
Please stop. How dare you?
We're cutting you off for a reason.
Speaking of, I sold like 6 Spider-Man adapters this week. I don't know what the fuck's happening. Didn't sell any for months.
I bought 5 of them.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. 'cause I'm your
Play
friend.
the. Oh, this is the dude. I'll tell you, that's the damn Spy Kids 3 logo. Zach's Wonderland. I am have some of these. I call them B grade because I was having some printer trouble. But if you want any of the lion heads, this is how this 12th scale figure looks on them. Hit me up. Work you out a good deal. Plus shipping on these if you're in the United States. Mike, I didn't get anything from you, so I'm assuming you just want to plug Sonic stuff again.
No, I'm gonna also plug Zach's Wonderland.
Whoa!
Zach's Wonderland, still a king. Can't beat him.
How dare you?
Well,
Wait, you bought that from Zach? Or
He
Sure I
printed it
did.
himself.
Notice how layer line free it is.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, what's the price? Just
I mean,
How
I wouldn't
dare
pay no more than $20 for it.
Well,
Jesus,
okay,
man.
Mike. What the
Just
hell?
kidding.
Jesus, a 27-hour print, Mike.
Well, it was only 8 for me, but
Is it really only 8 for you?
yes.
What's your
When the
infill?
Civil War
though?
happens.
Hang on. This is we got to stop the show. What's your infill?
Oh, I don't remember if I used 15 or 20%.
And you're using gyroid?
Yeah, gyroid. I think I had
Ain't no
3
fucking way.
3 or 4
Yeah,
balls
no
on
fu-
it.
No fucking way. I'm calling BS on that. There's no way.
Okay.
well,
I'll
his
send
printer
you
has
the-
like 3 nozzles, doesn't it?
I'll send
Yeah,
you
but
the
doesn't print
slots.
3. Does it print 3 nozzles at a time?
No. I'll send you proof.
Damn, no wonder they can get that
like
shit for so
you
fucking cheap.
versus the guy she told you not to worry about.
Yeah.
Unscathed.
Bro, it's so funny. We're at the toy show. Zach, can you bring your picture back up of your table?
Oh yeah.
Zach has these 3D prints for sale. And everybody that walked into the table was like, how much for the Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Zach had to keep telling people, oh, the Spider-Man
Yeah.
for sale. It's to show what these are for. And one guy was like, you should not put stuff on your table you're not selling.
Ooh.
Wow.
Tell me you went off on that guy. Tell me.
I had to be like, I'm sorry, what? And they told me
Yeah.
again, and I'm like, Yeah, no, I'm gonna do that. That's okay. Thank you.
You
Though.
should not open your mouth in case you don't want a dick in there. That's what you should have told me.
Wow.
You keep your
That's
mouth
what I
shut in
would've told
case you
him.
want your teeth.
Right,
Yeah,
so
you
don't
should
wanna get
not leave
punched,
your
you
house
just
unless
put
you want to
dicks
die
in there.
today.
Wow.
All right, the best
Bro,
michelada.
Zach turned around. He's like, "Did you hear that motherfucker?" I was like,
I had to
"No,
make
what?"
sure that I wasn't like going
Bruh.
insane, bro.
I wish. I pray to have someone talk to me like
It's
that.
okay. At least I didn't almost get assaulted this time, dude. Last toy show I
Jesus.
went, someone tried to beat me up. It was crazy. One of the craziest things that ever happened to me. Anyways, yeah, there's that. Let's see here. We got some very interesting news. Well, I don't know if it's news because I don't think this email was meant to be made public. I don't even know how this came out, but I guess. Oh fuck. Underground Figures released a part of an email, and then someone else released the full email that Sideshow sent to retail partners. I'm not going to read all this because I'm sick, but there is a 10% tariff on goods originating from China. Sideshow is implementing a 2% surcharge on all distributed products and 1.25% surcharge on all Sideshow manufactured products to offset the new costs. These are for orders including any products that are arriving after 2/26/25. So Underground Figures included part of that email and basically said that they're splitting the cost with the consumers, which I'll be honest, I feel like this isn't the first time we've had an Underground Figures email on this show. And every time I've seen an email from them, I am very impressed. I think it's Raymond who runs Underground Figures, but they got some good PR. But they're splitting the cost with the customers, so it'll be 1% on all distributed products and 0.63% on Sideshow. Very reasonable, and they're hoping that this will be short-lived. But this is the first direct communication we're getting on what these price increases are going to do, and I'm really glad it's obviously not 10%. 2% is pretty stomachable, and 0.63 is pretty negligent.
Can I chime in really quick, Dean, before you go? Because there's nuance
Yeah,
to
no,
this
go
that I
ahead.
didn't fully understand and would love to chat with you guys about it. So when I started seeing these emails, I was expecting that, all Sideshow orders would, if you order directly from them, would start to see little price increases like this 2% surcharge, which I don't know that's necessarily the case as of now. I mean, we'll see, in the coming days if they're going to, tack anything onto existing orders. But it does seem like Sideshow, passing the buck along to their partners, which I know they haven't been super friendly with their partners in the past, right? There was, the whole, I'm forgetting the name of the company, but they had the $0 NRD and they were selling figures at a certain price. And there was a whole controversy because Sideshow said that was against the terms and conditions. And so they weren't able to do that anymore. So it seems like Sideshow's then sending this along to their partners. Their partners have to choose whether they.
I thought it was the
all
same
or-
company. Was it the same company?
It wasn't this. It wasn't Underground Figures. It was
Okay,
not.
okay.
It was
My apology.
Alter Ego Comics, I think, was the.
Oh, yes,
was
yes, you're correct.
Alter Ego, right? So that was a few years ago, but that was a whole big community controversy. So it seems like okay, so not necessarily direct to consumer if you bought from Sideshow just yet, only impacting their partners. Again, we don't have all the information yet because this is one email that's been shared, and then those distributors or resellers or official sellers can then decide whether they want to split it with the customers, absorb it all. Because I've seen like other companies come out and say, "Hey, you know what? This doesn't impact you. This is going around. Our orders are as is." But at a certain point, all this stuff is going to get embedded. Either it's going to be set as a surcharge, the price of the base figures are going to go up. I feel like one way or another, it feels like prices are just going to go up across the board, but there is more nuance to this than I initially thought when we discussed on your show, Ben. So just wanted to chime in there because I didn't fully appreciate what I was reading at the time.
Mm-hmm. No, good call. Good call. Even a 2% increase, even if we had to pay that on a $290 figure, is still only like $5 or $6. So I mean, overall, even if that was what we like as the consumer got hit with, it wouldn't be crazy. My question ultimately will be, will the price go back down? even if it's the 1% or the 0.6 or whatever, will it ever go back, or will they just kind of keep it at this, even if tariffs don't actually affect collecting? So that'll be the kind of maybe the final question for this. But as of right now, it's not as red flaggy as I was initially worried about. That's for sure.
I don't necessarily love Ben, the whole like, oh, it's only 2%, it's only $5 or $6. I know we talked about it when Sideshow had initially tacked on $5 before, and it's like, yeah, it's something that they'll just keep on doing. So I don't know. I don't necessarily love that talking point, but I get why people are like, hey, relax, it's just a little bit. I don't know. It always feels scary to me when we see these kind of arbitrary price increases.
Yeah, the reason part of it though. The reason I mentioned it is more just because it's like sometimes 2% of a $300 figure sounds like it should be more. And so when you actually do quantify, you're like, oh, okay, well, like I've lost $5 on the couch cushions the last month, like, yeah, it does suck. And we talk about price conditioning a lot. So again, if it's $5 here, $5 there, $5 here, $5 there, all of a sudden the new minimum is $325 or $340, and people in the future are saying, wow, look at that, a $340 figure, great standard price. I mean, eventually we will get there, if it keeps rising, right? So we got to be careful.
Good point though, Ben.
I think also the way I see it, like, I think we talked about this on After Dark, but gas could be $10 a gallon, I still got to go to fucking work. Obviously toys aren't a necessity, but I'm a toy collector. If it's 2%, 5%, 10%, if I want it bad enough, like, I'm going to buy it. I mean, I fucking bought a $50 Spider-Man the other day. So, I do think that, your points are valid, but, at the end of the day, this is something that our president is getting involved in these trade wars, and, whether you voted for him or not, I mean, if you're an American, you got to deal with it. Ben may even have to deal with additional things if the 30-day. Go ahead, Eddie.
That's so horrible. Okay.
How is that a horrible take?
What do you deal with it? Fuck you.
Oh, what do you want me to do? Fucking storm the White House? Like, I mean, there's no. What would you do, Eddie?
Not
would you
buy. Do? Not
they
buy.
Do. Zach, they do pardon you if you do that, so it's totally fine.
Yeah,
we're building a wall here in
house.
Canada, just so you know. So you only have a select amount of time left for.
Who's paying for that wall?
The South Park creators. They came up with it.
I mean, I guess, Eddie, yeah, if you have a strong enough resolve, but I mean,
this is not like the whole. I don't know. The tariffs aren't going away, so. But I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna keep buying shit. It's too much. Like, it's too much. Like, the economy's already bad. Like, he's not doing shit to fix it. Like, this tariffs is making it worse for us. And I get he keeps saying he's gonna fix it, but he's not doing anything that's gonna immediately fix it for us. If anything, like, the changes he's making may help down the line at some point, but maybe not even in our lifetime. So, like, yeah, I can't keep just the 2% add up. Like Marco said, like the $5 adds
You're not
up.
wrong.
Like that's a membership fee to Collecting Weekly. Like that's gas.
Yeah.
Like that's an extra gallon of gas. So it's like, I think people need to stop thinking so lightly about this stuff and really need to start considering what is as important to them. Because like you said, if it's cool enough, I'm going to buy it. So for me, it's like, if it's a Dutch, I'm going to buy it. But like, we can no longer get these like fucking Agent Venoms.
You're 100% correct.
And
yeah, to be
those
clear,
randoms.
I'm with you 100%, right? Like, I'll spend $50 on Maximum Spider-Man. I ain't spending fucking $50 on fucking, Agent Venom, Marvel Legends. It all comes with the territory.
Also,
And there might be
the Marvel Legends should be the first fucking thing you cut out, because those motherfuckers are worse. So
okay, you had me until that.
those shields over there.
there could be hope though, right? Like in that, like these are blanket tariffs in a lot of instances, and so there's potential that there might be carve outs as like, what can you do? You can make your voice heard. Like, you're not happy with this policy, and if enough, if they hear enough chatter, if the administration does, and maybe they start saying like, okay, well, maybe on luxury goods we're not gonna add this tariff. Maybe it's only gonna apply to these sectors. So I think things are fluid, but yeah, it definitely seems like, again, a company if tariffs are floated out there, most people are not sophisticated enough to understand. And I'm not an economist, so I'm not either. Like all the nuance, and so companies will use that as an opportunity to increase prices if they can get away with it. So I think to the question on if things are going to go back to less, it doesn't feel that way, right? It feels like it's just trending up and up. And Ben's point about, a standard $340 figure, we might be getting there very soon.
And
Marco,
I would just say,
I'd like you to send me an email before the end of the week to let me know exactly what you've done for Collecting Weekly in the last week.
Dude, I'm surprised.
I was gonna make that joke. I was gonna make that joke, but I felt so awful when I feel a little bit better now that my medicine's kicking in. But honestly, I really wanted to make that joke to start the show.
Zach did that to me when I left.
Funny.
He was like, "What'd you do this week?" And I was like, "Fuck, I don't know, man."
PTSD,
Sorry, Mike, I
that's
cut you
fucking
off, buddy.
funny,
You
man.
actually had a real
I was
legitimate
irritable.
DEI hire. You hate to see it.
No, it's all good. I was just gonna say, and I agree with Eddie's points and all your guys' points, but I do think it's obviously it's polarizing right now because obviously we have a president that's shouting tariffs from the rooftops and making a big stink about it, but this is nothing new, right? I mean, tariffs have been around longer than us, and we've already had tariffs on products from China. It just happens that he's raising them, right? We've already had certain tariffs to Mexico and Canada. He's just blasting out, that he's doing this big thing. I'm just saying, like, it's polarizing now, right? It's not something new, but it's polarizing the headlines. And I think, give him 6 months or whatever, and he'll get onto some other new fad that he's all worked up about.
Well,
and the
he
tariff
also
talk will go away, but the charges won't, to Marco's point, like Bennett said, they're never taking this money back. Even if the tariffs go away, they'll just line their pockets with that 2%.
Yeah. He also says that, and again, it's easier said than in practice, but it's reciprocal tariffs, right? So it's like if China doesn't want to get hit with 25% tariffs, it's like, well, we're charging you what you're charging us. So they need to also bring their tariffs down, and we should respond accordingly from what he says. Now, again, if that happens, I don't know, but this could all turn into a fucking nothing burger. At the end of the day, it could just be a fucking, like he did with Canada, where it was just a fucking bargaining chip. And then Canada was like, okay, we'll play ball. And then it kind of went away. So,
China has real leverage on us though. Whereas, Mexico and Canada have some leverage, but like China's like, they could hit us where it hurts. And that's a dangerous game to
withhold
be playing.
hot toys from us.
China does have the leverage, but they're also, I think, the ones abusing it the most, right? I mean, I think the easiest thing to point to at China in tariffs is vehicles, right? We see, Toyotas or, whatever, forgive me, I don't know exactly where all the makers come from, but we see all kinds of foreign cars here.
Yeah, not China.
You don't see any American-made vehicles over in Japan or in China because of the tariffs.
Anyway,
right? 'Cause,
that's the UK too.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's, like I said, I don't agree with the approach, but he's not wrong in the fact that we get hit with tariffs way more extreme than most, it seems like. I'm not sure this is the way to do anything about it. It seems insane to me, but, like I said, he's not wrong to say that, we the United States definitely takes a beating on tariffs through other countries.
Sure. It's interesting too, because when like relating it to collecting and the dollar amount that's increasing, I've been doing this since 2010. So what are we at? 15 years already. Holy cow. Over that 15 years, I remember even back when pricing for these figures was at the, 220 to 245 range. Even back then, I mean, we as a collective community kept saying like, this hobby isn't for everybody. Like it's meant to be a bit more of a premium hobby, like not like you have to have a decent job to be able to make this make sense for your budget, right? Because they're a huge expense. There was a time where I thought anything more than $200 for a Batman figure was ridiculous. I hid it in the closet when people came over because I didn't want them to know how much I spent on it, right? And now having I found it in the closet, I hate to see it, but but it's also interesting because, but even still, that point still applies, is that, like people don't buy Ferraris because they really like love Ferraris necessarily. They buy it because it's something that other people can't necessarily afford to have, right? And we often have that discussion in the 6 scale community as prices continue to change, as there are artisan lines and limited items and those types of things. We all, as collectors, want something in our collection that not everybody has. So prices going up will weed out a certain amount of folks, but also open the door for potentially others. And so I think that's still a gamble that companies like Hot Toys are willing to have, because ultimately the prices are never going to go back down. They're always going to continue to go up incrementally until, like I said, we're price conditioned to the point where 340 feels like a standard price. But half of us may no longer collect anymore, and the other half may be brand new collectors who don't even remember the difference. They don't even remember a time where you could buy a Hot Toy for $245.
Yeah, all good points. I remember when they were 180 for like a Stormtrooper.
Yeah, man.
I remember the first Hot Toy I ever saw. It was Iron Man Mark III, the plastic one, and it was like $198 at Heroes and Fantasies, and I was like, "This is the coolest thing I've ever seen." But like, I mean, what year was that? I was a kid. I didn't have that kind of money, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we're paying, $300. It's like, oh, it seems like a good deal.
Well, and arguably, most of us still go to great lengths to justify why we would even consider $300 for a figure. Like Marco and I, half of our friendship has been built on, does this make sense? Should I save my money? Should I do this? Should I not do that? Maybe I could be talked out of it. Maybe we could be talked into it. These panel shows are so helpful for people like me, but also the folks watching, because we try to give reasons for why you should either maybe consider it, or you know what, maybe save your dollars. Maybe there's another version, right? Maybe there's another variant you want more. Maybe there's a nostalgia out there that you have more. Is it this, that? Is it both? Let me know in the comments below. But you know what I mean? So it's like, it is hard. It is hard to, you can't turn it off once it's on. You know what I'm saying? You got to get it out your system. Okay. So yeah.
Holy shit.
That's my whole point.
Tough nut.
Yeah, luxury collecting. Exactly.
I'm gonna wait. Wow. I'm gonna wait for Asian Venom 2.0 though. Just a second.
wait for in-art.
Wait for in-art. Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Let's rummage through the junk drawer real quick. Apparently there is a Marvel DC crossover comics. The titles are reportedly DC/Marvel and Marvel/DC. I mean, obviously, I guess, but I'm down.
Is this the one where Harley Quinn has a fart fetish?
Wow.
Nobody?
Not heard this one yet. Tell me.
Oh, no, it's a real comic.
That is Sirius Black, that is.
That's a real comic that's coming out. She's got a fart fetish.
It's with Marvel characters?
No, it's Harley Quinn.
First they showed Batman's dick, and now Harley's got a fetish.
and Superman getting sexually assaulted. That's crazy.
Whoa, I didn't hear about that.
Oh, wow. What?
Yeah, there's literally a whole comic book about how Superman was.
How did that happen?
R-worded.
Like, with kryptonite? Like, how do you do that?
That's what everyone was like, what the fuck is this?
Was that by like another Kryptonian, or like by
no, it's by like a guy. Yes.
By a guy?
By a guy? Come on.
Yeah, he was like held in captivity and assaulted anally.
I don't even think that's possible.
Was that the speeding bullet part?
DC did it, dude.
Was it Zed?
It was just like some military dude kept him in like a bunker and like played videos of himself in front of Superman while he was being
It's actually the plot of the next movie.
I'm 100% serious. That's a real comic book.
What's it called?
I gotta find it, but I don't want to find it. Oh god. What do I type?
How do you type
I don't know.
Are you sure this wasn't like some weird porn that you were watching?
No, it's a real
some
comic
sort of
book.
fever dream you have when
Alien
you're sick.
plays with Spider-Man.
Crisis in Infinite Holes.
Jesus.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. That
Superman
was...
Red and Blue #1, I think. Yeah.
Superman Red and Blue. Okay.
Sam gets definitely his underwear on the outside of his pants. It's a sign.
That's hilarious, Sam.
I link me that video. Someone, that was wild.
Can I just say really
and-
quickly about the
yeah.
crossover stuff? Sorry. I'm sure they've done it since, but when I was a kid, they had the crossover and then the characters started getting mashed up and they had like a Batman Wolverine.
They're like a
And-
Robin Spider-Man.
Right? Like the dumbest shit, but I remember at the time, like it was the coolest thing I had ever seen. And I don't know if that's where they're trending, but bring it back. Why not? Why not?
Bro, Sam guessed out of pocket on that one.
That's what I was saying. That was a hilarious comment.
Fucking wild.
Yeah.
Okay, first off, I'm reading this summary, and he goes to a place
That's a
called
great
Lubania. Bro, Lubania? Lubanalia? Like, what the hell?
Damn.
That's a good comment
That's-
too, Ryan Dean.
That's crazy, bro. I didn't know what to say to that. Andor season 2 will release 3 episodes a week. That's a lot of fucking episodes a week. This show does not need
Why?
3 hours of fucking content a week. That's crazy.
Why are they doing it like that?
They did it with Spider-Man too. I didn't like it.
You know what?
I'd rather have
Last
12
season-
weeks of Star Wars than 4.
Last season it started off really slow, if you recall. Like it didn't start cooking until episode 4, and I think it got critically a positive response, but the viewership maybe wasn't necessarily there. So they're probably like, okay, like we're gonna give you the main arcs, because it definitely has slow beats, which I appreciated about it. But the less sophisticated amongst us, like Eddie, might not. So they're gonna give you like, here are the arcs right there. You could watch you could have a mini binge every week, which I think is kind of a
the
good
season
strategy.
spans each 3 episodes is a year.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I like on the show sheet how Marco tagged me like 4 times in this. That was funny. I do like 12 episode of a season. Like I hope we
Yeah,
go
thank
back to
God.
more episodes in a season. That I don't like the 6 or 8 episode thing, so that's cool to see.
I completely agree.
I liked
honestly,
the first
like-
season, but I didn't really feel like I was excited for a second season. I feel like they could have just left it where it was, because we ultimately know what happens to this character. So, does he survive season 2? Well, yeah, obviously. No matter what happens.
You're not wrong.
It's not really about him though. It's like about the Empire.
It's about good
honestly.
storytelling.
That's right.
It's called Andor.
Just because you know how it ends, it shouldn't diminish the actual storytelling. If they do it right.
Excuse me.
I mean, yes. Star Wars is actually a pretty good example of that, right? Like, we know what happens to Darth Vader. We know his fate of becoming Darth Vader. It's still interesting to watch the prequels to see how he becomes Darth Vader.
Don't ever say it like that.
Yeah, that was.
On the other hand, what? You don't like that?
Prequels.
Prequels?
Prequels.
You don't like prequels? Prequels?
Yeah, but then they
Like a
also fucking
Pokemon.
threw a bunch of wrenches in that with fucking Darth Vader made C-3PO and he was a fucking street racer, pod racer, and like all this fucking goofy. Then there was like
It cares about family.
a trade federation and fucking taxation without representation. It might actually be a good analog to this day and age.
Dude,
I was
Barrel
trying to see
George
the other
George
side of the
way
point.
ahead of his time.
I was just trying to see it from the other side of the fence, because I don't feel like we need a season 2 of this show. I was trying
I
to
don't either.
justify in my mind
Wow.
why
Ben's
that
doing
could
my
be
dirty
a
work for me.
benefit.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I
Bro,
could've
they
told
don't
you
even
on-
need a season 2 of the show. It's like fucking like every 3 episodes is a whole year.
Yeah.
Jesus.
We also still don't have a collectible from this. So, like, how serious really is it?
Well, we have
Oh, no, we don't.
K2SO, or like the fake
the
K2SO.
KX. The KX.
Was that from this show or was that from
No, that was
Mandalorian?
from
KX
Mando.
Enforcers?
Yeah, that was from
the
Mandalorian.
Mando.
Oh, yeah, that was.
Hang on,
You're right.
let me check.
That was Mando
Yeah,
season
yeah.
3.
No,
Yep.
he's right. Yeah. 100%.
When Bo-Katan is talking about the Night of
Yeah.
1,000 Tears.
Yep.
Yeah.
That season 3 was
Just
the
like
night of
Superman with the Night of
1,000 Tears.
1,000 Tears.
Wow.
Butt tears.
Holy shit.
I sent the panel in the chat, by the way.
Thank you. A Punisher special presentation is officially in the works at Marvel Studios. What does that even mean? What do
I
those
was
words
about to
mean?
ask, what does that mean?
It's like one of the 1 hour like one shot like they did with the Werewolf by Night. So it's just like a
Oh,
45
I haven't
minute,
seen that yet.
1
I wanna
hour
see that.
shot.
That
That's
was
a
Is
great,
this
that's a great one, actually.
What's his name? Benethal or
Bernthal?
Bernthal?
John Bernthal.
Jeremy Ben.
Jeremy
Bernthal.
Benethal.
Jeremy Benthal.
I'm
I'm
excited.
glad Jeremy Benthal's
I saw today that
What,
he's,
Asian Venom in that movie?
I saw today that Barenthal's actually like writing this show,
Yeah.
so that could be interesting.
Oh, nice.
Why is his head
I
so big?
really, really enjoy him as a
He
Punisher.
does have a big head, though.
He has a big head. Yeah.
Ben Affleck, the lovely Katara in the chat.
Because
What's
I
up,
also
Katara?
think the Christmas special for Guardians was one of these like special presentations.
Oh, is that
right?
like a
was another-
one shot?
was
Okay,
really good.
I get what you're saying. That was a good. That with
Yeah,
what was
I
it?
like
Kevin
that one a
Spacey
lot.
or Kevin Bacon?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kevin
exactly.
Bacon.
Spacey.
But they've confirmed.
Wait, which
that
one's
he-
Kevin
I mean,
Spacey?
Kevin
The
Bacon
House of
in
Cards?
Spacey.
Oh wow, that's
But
pretty
I'm-
good.
Kevin Spacey, you got to think. What is that? American Beauty.
Wait, is he the guy that was
the only
touching
It's
one.
a
those boys?
pedophile. Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, okay. I take it back. I take it
The
back.
stream is coming
That, he
down.
might have been in the Superman comic.
Oh my.
He
was in a
he was
Superman
Lex Luthor.
movie.
He was.
He
Lex
was
Luthor.
Wow, it might have been
my
a plot. It might have been a plot.
Oh my god!
might
Wait a
have been
minute! I just
Oh
watched it. In that movie, Kevin Spacey shivs Superman in the back.
Whoa! Probed him.
Yes.
Just when I think
Wait, what
this show
movie is
can't get
this?
any more fun.
Superman Returns.
Superman Returns.
Superman
yeah, with
Returns.
Brandon Routh.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Is that why you got paralyzed? Anyways, James
not the
Gunn
same
said
guy.
they talked to
That's fucked
NetherRealm
up, man.
and Rocksteady about developing more DC games. Ryan, when art mirrors life. Kaiser Soze. This is the best show we've ever done. I should be sick more often. I don't give a fuck about James Gunn, to be honest. They
Yeah.
fucking said he's
He
not the
needs to stop
Batman.
talking.
Yeah, also Rocksteady fucking shit the bed. They can't be
That's a
fucking
Ninja
trusted.
Turtles character.
Bro,
Why? With
Dean,
what?
have you
With what? Suicide Squad?
have you
one?
tried
Suicide Squad,
yet?
bro. That game sucks ass, bro.
That game sucks fucking ass. They fucking disgrace fucking Batman only to fucking undo it because so many people were fucking furious at them. They were like,
Like, 'cause
fuck
Harley
it.
kills him.
Let's walk it back. Yeah. It's fucking garbage. Fuck Rocksteady.
I would love to see Rocksteady make a return. I don't even care. Because Rocksteady was talking about making a Batman game that was all VR, and I was like, no, go back to the roots, right? Like I want to feel. But you like I don't know. Yes, the Suicide Squad game wasn't great, but they also gave it to us for free, and I've had some fun playing it. I will
Wait,
say.
was it always free?
It was not
No, it
always
wasn't.
free.
It was not
No,
always
but
free,
it's
Ben.
the free game of the month right now for PlayStation. Is what I'm saying. So like you
That's
can
crazy,
download it and
Ben.
play it for free
It's
now.
pretty
if you want
fun
to, if
for
you
the
got
single player.
membership.
at least.
Yeah. And honestly, like it was like those original Arkham games from Rocksteady was the first time I'd ever truly felt like I was like the Batman. Like you feel him. Like you feel like you are him when it's the case. I would love Rocksteady.
Sure,
to
it's
make a
on Superman
game.
you're feeling?
Yeah, Superman Red and Blue, bro.
Yeah. I'm like the Shank
Superman was
Superman guy.
rumored for a long time, Ben, but I saw one rumor recently, which was Batman Beyond, and that would make a lot of sense, honestly. Like, you
Yeah,
could
that was
still
pretty hard.
continue the world, make it a little bit noir, I think, or tech noir. I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
They should
like
do
a
a
fucking
Daredevil
like
game.
futuristic city.
Yeah,
be
that'd be
dope,
crazy.
dude.
Daredevil would be sick as well, Mike. But yeah,
You just couldn't see what you're doing in the game.
It's all echolocation. Oh! Fucking hit
It's just a
building.
black screen,
Fuck.
and it's like adjust the slider, and there's like no fucking adjustment.
They should make that for the VR headset. Just black.
Dude, that would be dope, dude.
No,
Can you
blind people
imagine?
don't see black. Blind people don't see anything.
You turn the game on and nothing happens. That's it.
Wow.
We
hate the visually impaired.
No, I love no one. Like, let me be very clear. No one loves blind people more than I do. Okay.
Shit.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Who's married to
My dog was blind. There you go.
Dog's not a person.
I have great respect for the blind. Kathleen Kennedy is reportedly stepping down from her role as president of Lucasfilm by the end of 2025. I feel like she's been stepping down from Lucasfilm for as long as I've been doing this television
Believe
show.
it when I see it.
No shit.
It's in Braille. Holy
Wow.
shit, DJ. That's crazy. That might be the best comment of the night. I'm gonna leave that up for the rest of the show.
It's the Book of Daredevil.
I mean, like, to be frank, she's had a hand in just about every film that I've ever enjoyed, like, thoroughly. And so obviously she's contributed a lot. Like, I don't want to take any of that away, However, she done goof with Star Wars lately. I'm gonna be honest. She kind of went to bed with that. So, good riddance. Although I will be honest, like who would we want to replace her? I think everyone says Dave Filoni, but he kind of a dingus too. I don't know if I want
I think
that.
I don't
Feige,
think
honestly.
Dave Filoni should do it either.
Bryce Dallas Howard, bro.
Yeah. BDH.
Again, though, it's
Mommy
one thing
Bryce,
to be a
bro.
producer, and it's a different thing to be a studio head. Like they're very vastly different jobs. and
You are
so
100% correct.
Ben, what
I
the
think-
fuck do you even know? No, I'm just kidding.
I've never been a producer. I've never been a studio head. But what I do know, like I
You've
helped
been in the
run
studio getting head though.
Well,
Yeah, he has.
I help run a business, right? And it's a very different thing to be on the level of producing versus running something like that. I do like when I take a quick look at some of the films she's helped produce over
It's
her
a massive
lifespan, and we're
list.
talking like Jurassic Park, Back to the Future, Twister, Signs, The Sixth Sense, Benjamin Button, Schindler's List, Gremlins, Hook, E.T.
What the fuck
Indiana
happened then?
Jones.
Dude,
Right?
Sixth Sense.
So,
It was like
again,
that dude with the penny loafers, dude.
Different to produce versus run a studio, and so I wish her well, even if
Oh, she'll get a fucking job.
even if
Easy.
as I said, she hasn't done the greatest job with running Star Wars. But I think the biggest thing was that like they'd kind of talked about how like her vision for Star Wars was that she was coming in without much of an actual plan, and you saw that with Force Awakens. Right? Like Force
No.
Awakens,
You
it's
don't
still
say.
it's a still record breaking film though in terms of top grossing films of all time, and yet.
Yeah.
The very
People
next
didn't
two
know any
films,
better yet.
like, were not aligned, right? Like they clearly didn't have much of a path or direction, and so it is too bad that it's gone
Even
the
though
way
George
that it has.
Lucas gave them a path when they sold it the thing, and she threw it in the trash.
Yeah, but to be honest, like if you sell something and imagine you buy a house and the homeowner's like, "Oh, this is what I was gonna do with the house." You'd be like, "Fuck that, dude. It's my fucking house now."
No, for
Why
sure.
would they
But
have-
I'm saying like it can't be like she didn't have any idea or have a path. She did have one. She just chose to ignore it. And then
Yeah,
fuck
but
it all up.
this is the same guy that wrote fucking a whole movie about trade war. Like, I mean, it was his idea even good? Like, who can know, right? Might have been worse than what we got.
Comparatively speaking,
The
ahead
worry
of
that
its
I have
time.
for Star Wars, though, is that they've taken some of the love out of it, even for like the original Star Wars fans, and they've turned Star Wars into a made-for-TV type of IP, which
Watered it down.
diminishes its brand. It diminishes its brand, and I mean, Star Wars is a brand that's had some pretty significant lasting power over the last several generations. But it's gotten to the point where you think even the original folks, even the people who supported it for 60 years, are getting to that point where they're no longer on board. So getting those people back seems like now an impossible task. It seems like now it's crossed to the point of no return. But I could be wrong, because we were starting to feel that way as well after Rise of Skywalker, and then Mandalorian came out, and wow, did Mandalorian get people back on board with Star Wars. And so it could be as easy as they just need to make something that really sticks with people again and to get everybody back, or it's crossed the point of no return line, and that, what we've seen for Star Wars is kind of what we're going to get. There's like,
They're one good movie away from getting everyone back, Ben.
Andor
good-
season 2.
I hope
Also,
so.
That's right.
like, let's be real. I feel like episode 8 or 9 could have been saved, but fucking Carrie Fisher died, and it fucking shoehorned the whole movie. They had
Also
to
true, right?
drastically
I mean,
cut
yeah.
what they were doing.
True. But I mean, people give Marvel a lot of shit for still not getting on board with Blade, right? Like, there's still no Blade. Blade like keeps having these delays. They keep delaying to the point where Mahershala Ali is going to be like 75 years old by the time they get around to the guy.
Yeah, he's not doing that.
And yet Star Wars has had some of the most significant cancellations, right? Like, they literally rolled out a full-size TIE fighter out in the pavement to announce Rogue Squadron film. And then just never happened. Creative differences that never happened, right? Like, there's been something like 9 projects from Star Wars that have never come to fruition.
And that blade is as sharp as Marco's fade. Holy shit.
Yeah, that is a
Look at
sharp
that. Look
fade,
at
actually.
that's a crispy ass fade.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
That's a
Dude,
good
tip
looking guy.
extra. Dude, Marco's a
I got a
handsome
new-
cat. I'll tell you that much.
Bro, I love Econ's comment. James Gunn to replace Kennedy.
Jesus Christ. Poor pancake.
Bro, but you saw this most recent speculation in the Hollywood Reporter about, like, there being division that Feige might be in the running, which I think makes the most sense in terms of, like, someone that's going to come in with a plan and like build something, right? That's probably what they need.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with
Feige's
like,
new
more
to Star
clear-
Wars, right? He didn't do Star Wars.
He
Or did
had
he
a
do
Star Wars
Mandalorian?
project in the pipeline, but just like so many of the other ones,
He's the Marvel
I don't know. But yeah, he's a
Yeah,
Marvel
he's a
guy.
Marvel.
Exactly.
Okay, I don't watch the movies, so I don't know.
Jesus.
What?
20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith, starting on April 25th. Episode 3 will be back in theaters.
Shit. We're gonna get another
Also
Dark Side
4DX. That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. We're going to talk about that on. I guess Mike's got some explaining to do because that make no sense to me.
40X, that's just like sound, right?
That wasn't even a knock against
It
Mike.
moves.
Thanks, Ben.
Oh, that's right.
What's
Is there a
Yeah.
Padme deleted scene, dude? I do that in 40X. When you
Jesus.
choke Padme, your fucking arm starts fucking tweaking. Like,
Here come Luke and Leia.
wow! and then
I'm
you
a
gotta
nut.
hit him with it.
I'm a nut.
It's Dean in the 40X. It's a triple X when Dean's in the theater.
Wow.
Wow. Who's gonna watch that? I might watch
go-
that.
I'll
in
go
the
watch
I'll
theater.
go. I'm definitely.
Twilight
Everybody
was
fly to
playing
San
at my local
Antonio for
theater
a
the
weekend.
other
We'll
day.
watch it
Check out,
together.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
We'll rent out a whole theater.
I'm not flying
don't know if we
anywhere
have money like
in the
that.
near future.
Oh,
Staying
that's
on the
Are you kidding
ground,
me?
bro.
Dude, I ain't flying nowhere, dude. They almost crashed today. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was wild. The jet thing.
That's crazy, dude.
Gigi's on a plane
They
back
gotta-
right now, so everyone just chill.
Jesus Christ. Well, okay, well, you said I died earlier, so that's what you get.
Wow.
You know what they need to do, Marco? They need to put like a big red light and a yellow light and a green light on the runway. That'll solve everyone's problems.
Damn, right? Come on, they need to have that infrastructure. Let's go.
It's crazy. Yeah,
Put that in your email,
4,000 lights. 4,000 lights on the fucking runway. They can't have a red and green light. Anyway, CW Plus. We're gonna continue this debauchery on the next program. If you're a Patreon, I gotta make the link still. I was wondering what the reaction to a new Star Wars movie would be. Is there a Star Wars? Only Grogu and Mando, right? That's the only Star Wars movie that's in the pipeline actively.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right
but they
now.
haven't even like announced it officially. I don't think.
No, I think that's already.
They did. We
like,
talked about that like
filming
last
and
year.
Coming out soon.
Yeah, I think that one's.
Yeah, but it was kind of like they announced.
Oh, and then they're doing a
fucking-
Ray trilogy.
Uh,
That's
I don't
probably
think
done.
that's happening.
yeah, there's
That
some
is the
news
thing.
that I think the writers they lost the writers on it or something. So
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Was it the Blade Runners? Dean, let's say thank you to the new Patreon list.
Yeah, Captain Florida, Renee Mendez, Eric Mariscal, King Louis, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, Equan, Chris Valtorina, Ben Thomas, David Jones, Sam Gist, Thomas Clark, Eric Switzer, Six Guns, Figs, Billy Badfish, Luke Skywalker, Sweet, Danny Lee, Deanie Martin, Big Ol' Fern, Caesar Marquin, Mark Phillips, Lisa Martin Bomonsky, Jose CZ, Tu Cothry, Wad, Aries Portillo, Alvin J, Aurelis Delgado, Toy Cartel, Sean Forster, Sith Scale Collector, Jared G, Alberto Cortez, Big Rib, The Big Donk, Trevor Weed, Darren Ilderton, Dalmaton, Stephen Purchase, Sean Usby, Steve and Maria Stanley, Eddie Manzanares, Louis Bennett, Chip Perrin, Exodus, Abe Dunk TV, and Gigi, the Judgmental.
Who we wish is flying safely, to be very clear.
We love her. She's great.
Very clear. Let's see here. The January, February Patreon benefits, the Job's Not Finished sticker, and the I'm a Nut sticker. We also have an exclusive sticker. I think I'll talk about it in a second, but let me pull that form up real quick. But if you want to become a YouTube channel member, you can do so by going to the Patreon link. There is the link there. Hang on, Marco, we're getting there. And then Sweet Angel for $7.50, the digital tier for $5, Certified Crispy for $15 a month, and the $25 tier for the What a Guy. You get doubles while the stickers we send, and the Pog Deluxe set on your first pledge. Looking at our YouTube channel members, we have 12-inch Moose Stream, Absolute Irwin, Alex Black, Aurelis Delgado, Ben Thomas, Big Rib, Bob Dylan, Chris V, Clinton Martin, CT603, DJ, Eddie, Money Mendez, Gear Bear, Hodor, Jake, Justin the Friday Night, Justin Sports Card, Jazzy, King Dingaling, Luke Skywalker, LV Avenger 702, Michael Elliott, Mr. Sketch, OG Fan, 16 Figure Focus, Philip the Fool, S Beam, Sam Gist, SpongeBob SquareWalls, Trevor Weed, and Universal Key. Dean, chime in on that question in the private chat, please.
Don't even
you
get my
can-
name on the list. That's cool. It's cool.
That's my apologies. Actually, I do apologize. Mike as well. I need to add that. That is 100% my bad. You can become a channel member by clicking this link here in the chat. 2 tiers if you're a Patreon member for 99 cents or $2.99 for the Peanut Gallery. You get a brand new series of loyalty badges next to your name in the live chat and 9 emojis if we get... Actually, I think we just unlocked it because of Marco and Mike's pledge. We now can unlock a 10th emoji. So if you're a member on the community tab, I will put up a post for feedback. I need feedback by Sunday so I can have ask Dean if he will design it for what you guys want the 10th emoji to be. You're giving me a look, Dean.
Zach, can you check 12-inch Moose Stream's question there as well? A decent question.
Okay, sorry. No, there was a lot of links in the chat. Are channel members eligible for CW Plus? We're doing it by trial. So yeah, send me a... I will put up community posts. We're trying it out to see if we can get some traction with members as well. It'll be a members post shortly after the show. So stay tuned for that. Please don't let me forget that, Marco. Here's a look at the channel membership badges. So we have copper tier, bronze tier, silver tier, gold tier, sapphire tier, ruby, emerald, diamond, and pants prince tier with the respective times you need to be in the tier to earn them. And the new stickers, we have the Mango, Maximum Spider-Man, Joker Baby, Jumbo, Gigazack, Kevin, Jesse, Egg Roll, Sonic, and we now have a 10th emoji that will be coming soon as chosen by you guys. T-Public as well. Taking a look at the network, we have OFAC, CW Lab, Small Talk, Movie Night, OFAC, Small Talk, and Movie Night alternating Thursdays, After Dark tomorrow at 10:30. CW Plus, a few minutes after the show ends here for Patreons and trial for members. And just for the Friday night on Fridays, I think last week with, they weren't able to make it, but I think it's pretty regular from this point forward. Or did they go last week? It was the week before.
No, they did go last week, yeah.
Yeah, they were on.
My apologies. Anyone have any shout outs they want to give?
I always feel like I have one and I fucking forget it.
Shout out to Chris Gutierrez. We got to meet him at the toy show this weekend. It was really lovely. It was our first ever in the wild encounter. We were leaving the toy show and he was like, "Hey, are you guys Zach and Dean?" And you know, obviously it was a wonderful moment. It was wonderful.
Chris, that's the last thing that Zach needs is to have his ego inflated. You know,
well,
walking
Marco,
around
I'm glad you
like
brought it up because that's not exactly how it happened.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was Dean and Zach.
Wow.
No,
I was like,
he just said my name.
I don't remember that. That's
Dean,
not how I
another
remember
guy.
He
Were
went
you Dean
Dean,
from the
and I
Wilcox
turned
Vacation
around.
Channel?
I think it was 'cause I was
Actually,
behind-
bro, he did say that he tunes into Wilcox Vacations.
No,
but
he
that
said he
he's
tuned
also-
into our show.
That
What
he
the hell?
also has been watching us, but he did
You know what?
mention
I'm
Wilcox.
out of here. I'm not on Plus.
No.
Chris, you're dead to me. I want the side.
Where's Zach? That's for his son. You can't take it back.
TK
Knight and his
with the
security.
dagger.
I will say, yeah, he's like, "Are you Dean Knight, the Batman guy?" I will say though, I know there's always Dean saw it happen twice. There is the joke that I get a lot of free stuff. I also give a lot of free stuff. Okay,
That's true.
So-
Zach is very kind.
it is.
Got a Batmobile, gave away a plushie.
No, I didn't get that for free. What the hell? I got fucking the Batman, and I'm buying
the
that.
Bat Pod, the Batman.
Okay,
The Bat,
I get okay.
the Bat
Most
bad
of my
guy, the Bat
Oh,
good
man.
girl.
the Jazz Inc. one I did pay for. How dare you? But yeah, there are other bad things that I did not pay for.
Almost a
Jesus.
whole Hot Toys line.
Hey, look, don't hate me because you ain't me. You know what I'm
Everything
saying?
that he put down on the bottom shelf.
Okay, first off, it was supposed to go on the same shelf, but this was much larger than I thought. Dude, I hate making member posts. I don't even know how to do it. Ben, how the fuck do you make a member post?
You just go and make a regular post, and at the top it says like you can.
Oh,
include
create
all
post.
or
Okay.
members
Yep,
only.
yep. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was like, dude, I don't fucking know how to do this thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, love you guys, and yeah. Anyone else have any shoutouts? Sorry, I'm out of it today.
Just a reminder to anybody who might have missed Let's Get Nuts on Sunday. Let's Get Nuts will be postponed next week. I will be away in Vegas on Sunday. We'll be back the following week, but I do want to say thank you to everybody here from CW who has helped me on Let's Get Nuts over the couple of years of doing it. We've already got members at 14 channel months, which is pretty impressive, but Let's Get Nuts is coming up to episode 65 and 2 years running. So thanks to all of you boys who have helped over the years, but also thanks to everybody who watches, whether it's live or on replay. Again, we won't be back this Sunday, but we'll be back the following Sunday. And we just did a huge channel giveaway this last Sunday for a Xenomorph.
Did I win?
The Scorched Xenomorph. You did not win. Actually, somebody named the Batman won. So again,
it might be Zach.
So it might also.
That's actually my username, bro. What the hell?
The Batman. But yeah, we're going to continue to give giveaways and stuff and partnerships with CW and all those things. So
Ben, let's get nuts live from Vegas. Members
live from Vegas.
Yeah,
do it.
Yeah. I should stream myself in the club for the first time. I've never been in a dance club before.
I want to see you
be filled with 21-year-olds
in the Claire Bro family. I want to see you do buy you a drink with T-Pain.
I will try to get a drink with T-Pain, and I will say this is for the boys at CW. They're a pretty big deal now.
Do we know anyone? Wait, when are you going to Vegas?
I leave on Friday.
Oh fuck!
Friday to Wednesday.
Oh, okay. Do we know anyone that like is really trusted on that I can mail something to Ben to get? Like to meet? Like you can meet? Like do you have a friend in Vegas?
No.
Send it to
do you have the information of the Predator Man?
You could send it to the hotel.
Can you ask them if that's a thing, Ben?
Yeah.
That's something sent to the hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that once with a guy from Instagram. Yeah, he was from England.
Yeah, you can
ask them if you can. Because I will send it to you because you will want to wear it.
Oh, okay, nice.
I got you a nice piece of clothing. Because I knew you were going to be, you're so dapper, you know? Kind of really surprised I shouldn't have said that. But, just ignore that last thing.
I have no idea what this is. Zach told me there was a miracle that's occurred and that he's sending me something. That's all I know.
It's actually miraculous, Ben. I don't even... now, there are people that know, but I want no one to tell Ben the backstory. He's just going to get the gift.
No backstory required. I'll find out. I'll find out.
No, you won't. They won't tell you. I just told them not to tell you.
No, I mean, what
okay. Anyways, yeah, Moose is right. 51 in the chat, 19 likes. Smash the like button.
And then obviously you're not well, so what are we talking about on CW Plus? What's the topic?
Mentally and physically, you're right. We are talking our premature summer, like 2025 predictions. So stay tuned for that if you're a Plus member. And just whatever. Honestly, I don't think we had any topics other than that. So, just shooting the shit for a little bit. It won't be too long of a Plus today because I'm dying. So, anyways, I'm Zach.
Dean.
I'm Marco.
I'm Ben.
Maddie.
I'm Mike.
Love you guys, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
Man.